ladies and gentlemen. I didn't finish. You don't know what I'm about to say here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to the Borderland Playhouse. Check out right off the bat, before I get to any next rung business, I want to give an especially big thanks to JP Shuffman and Jenny and Bob with Borderland Tees, who have made this venue possible for us today. Can we give a big round of applause for that? To have a venue, especially of this sort of size, for artists here. Some of you have known other theaters that have come and gone as far as venue goes, and it's hard for artists trying to create work without having a sort of space like this. We are especially grateful for the hard work that's taken to build and to provide this sort of space for new art that we hope you enjoy today. What I hope you're here to enjoy today is Next Rung Productions. If you're not, Clarence Brown's that way. I don't know. It's fine. Life is good here. Life is good. This is Next Rung Productions. My name is Harrison Young. I'm the playwright development mentor for Next Rung Productions. Basically, in 2020, I started with a goal that I had learned from a few different theaters, trying to support local playwrights. Through my work with the Tennessee Stage Company, where I've been a part of their new play festival every year since 2009 in some capacity, through the witnessing of the Tennessee Playwright Studios in Nashville that recently closed down, but for several years was supporting playwrights as they blossomed from the ground up, and also going to the Phoenix Theater Company, where they were talking about how there was a difficulty of finding playwright support before the festival part, where the plays were completed. They needed more support from like the idea to then being able to have a complete script to send it out there. That's where I've tried to jump in and support a local playwright each year as they develop a new play. That is the goal. And it's hard work being a writer, and I know it's hard work being a farmer, right? There's actual hard work out there, but it's also hard being a writer with the loneliness going out there, with the challenges of self-doubt, finding support and things like that. I wanted to make sure that we're doing everything that we could for that. This past year, 2025, was our 6th year doing this. And with this, we picked a playwright who, after talking with our judges, we decided this playwright would be somebody that would be appropriate to work with because of the hard work going on in their own life outside of playwriting. This is a brand new playwright. Sometimes we have people with some more experience, sometimes we have people with no experience. This is the first time we have had somebody that has never written a full-length play before. Some of you are familiar with Helena Jordan. Helena has worked hard for the boldest idea our program has taken on so far since we began this in 2020. I want to recognize how hard that is with her. We already know writing a play is hard enough. She has written a play through family death. She has written a play while working on ice, while working on Lion in Winter, while working on Hamlet, while working on a seance, while working on another world premiere, Landscape of Colors with Jeanette Brown, who's here tonight. That's 5 shows she's done this year. And I know that's not all of them. And I know many of you have seen her in other shows here. She's been working hard in the field for a while, and trusting me with this opportunity to be able to support her as she writes her first play is really an honor on my end of things. So I'm so excited for you guys to see A Room Full of Megan Foxes by Helena Jordan. Now, before we go into that, we have an opening act, and it's not who I've been advertising online and that you have on the piece of paper. We have this little thing in town called the flu, and it got some people. I know, it's real. It's a bummer. So we don't have Sheridan Smee, who's a part of the Tennessee Stage Company New Play Festival coming up next month, or her actress Asia Munger like we intended. But we do have, I mentioned JP Shuffman earlier, some of you saw him give a monologue this summer, and we're going to bring him back here to do it again, because last time it was just the latest play that we did with Next Rung Productions. This time, we now know that Last Ajax is going to be the first play to come from the Next Rung program to get a full production in this very program. So if you can get JP Shuffman with a big head and call.
try to do a monologue, Harrison told me I had to do like 45 minutes ago. So, we'll just see if this works. This is a monologue from the upcoming play Alas, Ajax, the character of Ajax, which is based on a Greek tragedy. This monologue takes place right after he has just found out that he is not going to be receiving the promotion that he feels desperately that he deserves. Do not. Do not. You merciful heavens, do not let me be mad. I have to. How could this happen? God's bloody, broken bones. How is this justice? I know what the world is. I know better than to ever ask for anything more than my fair share, but by God, I know I have earned better than this. I have earned it. I earned it 1,000 times, haven't I? Haven't I always done more than my part? Haven't I always stooped a little and smiled a lot and made myself small to make sure they knew I know my place? How many long days? How many weekends have I sacrificed at the altar of my work? Always when the job was hardest, always when someone couldn't go on or couldn't come in, but the work wouldn't wait, and I was always the one who did it, me. I was always there. Ajax the steady, Ajax the helpful, Ajax the best, they would say, Ajax, you're the best. Thank you so very, and how could we ever, and where would we be, and always keep up the great work, all the devils in hell! 15 years, and I never pushed. 15 years, and I never made an issue when the raise didn't come, or the hours got long, or the load kept growing. Me? No. I just kept my head down and did double what was asked, and then double again, and then double again. And now, to be robbed of my reward by those walking cufflinks. What can I do? Oh, you towering ministers of vengeance, if this is your just reward for thieves and traitors, then I disown you forever. But let me just have them here. Just here. And all alone, I will render such terrible justice upon them that the world of man will gawk and shriek at the havoc I have done. Thank you.
For providing that. We also have a full-length show that we are about to introduce for you. Right before we do, though, I want to make sure that we get like the serious stuff at theater goes. First of all, does anybody in here have a phone by chance? No, that's so healthy. That's so healthy. If you were to have a phone, I would encourage you to turn it to vibrate or silent. I would encourage that. Also, if you have alarms that may go off in the middle of the night, this event's expected to go for 10 p.m. Sometimes that can override silent or vibrate mode. Just a heads up. Also, in case of a fire, what do we do, y'all? Scream. I heard run, I heard scream. One of those is more effective. Yes, run. We do have fire exits. I see an exit sign here. I assume that works. I see that one lit up. I know that one works better. That's the one I've gone out of before. All right. And so, with that in mind, we also have snacks here. We will have one intermission. It will be a 10-minute intermission. And feel welcome to continue enjoying the sweet treats and the water and everything that's provided by Madison Mansouri and Sarah Gaddis here. So I'd like to do introductions real quick and then we'll get the ball rolling. First of all, we have Sarah Gaddis here, who has been a force to be reckoned with since coming back with Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I've seen you perform other times whenever Knoxville Theater Club was around. And it's so nice to see you come back, and I can't wait to work with you again. Sarah Gaddis, everybody. Next up, one of the people that I've been able to rely on the most over the past decade for my own playwriting or for my own events and times of productions. I'm so happy to see not just the times that I've been assisted, but also the own work that she's continued to take on in her own path. Madison Mansouri. Next up, many of you know Rain Palmer here. I'm so happy to see Rain perform again, and especially, I got to think about the other day, we've worked together in Next Rung several different times now. It started with Roe v. Wait a Minute, and then 2 Bad Days, and then 4 Steps Forward this past summer, and then you come to this. Thank you for coming back and being a friend of the program again. Rain Palmer! I see some of them laughing. They're all getting introductions too. Next up, Holly is the person who I most recently met, but in like a week we got cast in this, and then also started working together in the Polders with the Tennessee Stage Company. You can look forward to their new play festival, having a stage reading for that next month as well. And I've really enjoyed the nuance that you brought into characters for this, so I'm excited to see you do this again. Holly Andrews! Next up, we got Shelby Fry. Shelby, I'm still going. You can laugh, but I'm still going. Whenever we first started working together on In Loving Memory, it was fun getting to meet you at that time. And then since then, it's been so fun bumping into you in different places, whether it's already got your eye makeup in horror films or the different weird comedies you're directing, like Too Much Light Makes Baby Go Blind, and then the horror shows you've been directing. I'm so excited to have you be a part of this and the talk back after as well. Shelby Fry! Next up we have McKinley. McKinley, in so many shows that I've seen her in, most recently you may have seen her in Sense and Sensibility, that's what I've heard her say, but I believe Smells Like Teen Spirit has performed since then. If you've not heard her sing before, please get the opportunity. She sings 90 songs and more, and she's ready to rock and roll. McKinley, man! Make sure there's nobody in between for a second. Last and certainly not least, another person I've gotten to rely on so much over the years, whether it's a time whenever I was living in New York and had to come back and stay at somebody's house, or whenever producing some of my plays for high school and things like that, or coming to teach our high school students, or directing some of my plays that cannot be said out loud in good company. A cocaine comedy. But whatever the case, certainly have always appreciated your support. To have you back in your busy life with 2 kids and everything else going on, it's an honor to have you back. Crystal Broy! Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special night for us, and I hope it becomes one for you as well. I'm going to let the cast introduce their roles and characters and then just let it take it away. It really means a lot to see you here supporting new plays and local playwrights as we go forward with this. We're going to have a talk-back session. Afterward, we're going to have an intermission for 10 minutes at the intermission. And we will go. It took me a second, like, how do I say this? It's too late, I've committed. But that's the game plan, and we have the bathrooms here, and then also that little side room if anybody needs one along the way. Thank you again.
I'm Crystal. I'll be reading these delightfully unhinged stage directions. You'll see what I mean.
I'm McKinley. I'm reading Tallulah.
I'm Shelby. I'm reading for Lily.
I'm Holly. I'm reading Reagan.
I'm Rain, and I'm reading for Sydney.
I'm Madison. I'm reading for Michaela.
I'm Sarah, and I'm reading for the therapist and Megan Fox.
A Room Full of Megan Foxes by Helena Jordan. Act 1, Scene 1. Stage setup. 1 part therapist office, 1 part panic room. The panic room is a soft, comfortable area full of gentle pastels. It's a connecting room furnished with pillows, blankets, and a small desk. On top of the desk is a station for making tea with an electric kettle and an assortment of teas. The panic room is a place where one could potentially make a pillow fort as an adult without receiving too many weird looks. The main office is a tidy, monochrome area, clean but not comfortable. There is a large desk in the corner of the room, as well as 6 folding chairs arranged in a semicircle around center stage. Lights up on Reagan sitting at one of these chairs. She's wearing a smart blazer, a silk blouse, and slacks. She's early, per usual. She pulls a folder out of her purse and carefully removes a sheet of paper before placing the folder back into her purse. She waits. Enter Sydney. She's decked out in cozy clothes. As the two women talk, Sydney picks a chair and settles in.
Hey there.
Hey,
You beat me here again, I see.
I live close by.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
It's no problem. How has your week been?
It's been better, but I have also had worse weeks, so I can't really complain. Rough week.
What?
It just seems you're not as...
Not as what?
Just not as... you... I'm sorry, I'm assuming things.
It has been a tough week, but I think it's gonna get easier soon.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Is it the job hunting again?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry, it's not fair.
Thank you.
Any place would be lucky to have you.
I agree.
Sorry if this is too forward, but my old place, the place I used to work, is hiring. I keep in touch with some of my old coworkers, and I'm sure they'd love to have you around. I know it's not what you'd normally be doing or what you want to do, but it might be a nice temporary step.
Oh, that's kind of you. What place?
It's a dog daycare. You get really dirty, and the dogs are loud, and every once in a while you get a parent, a pet parent, like a paw parent.
I got it the first time.
Right. Anyway, some parents are really rude, but the dogs are always sweet, and the workers there are all really good people. It makes the workload easier.
I'll think about it.
I can write down their number if you want.
Sure, that works.
Reagan pulls out a notepad and a pen while Sydney looks around the room for stationery. Sydney looks back to see Reagan holding the notepad and pen, walks back to her, and takes them from Reagan.
If the job is so good, why are they hiring?
Some guy was an idiot and cornered a mini golden doodle with behavioral issues. He had to go to the hospital.
A mini golden doodle? Sent a man to the hospital.
You wouldn't think so, huh? People and their designer dogs, right?
She hands Reagan back her notepad and pen.
They buy a dog because they want it to look cute, and then they don't take care of it. Honest to God, people buy a puppy because it's cute, and they spend thousands of dollars getting the exact right one. The ones with soft fur, and hazel eyes, and little white socks, and big furry mustaches. Then they think, that's it. I have a dog, and my needs have been met. But that dog's needs have not been met, and these people either don't know how to or refuse to learn how to care for a puppy. So they dump this poor, anxious mess off at daycare 5 days a week for 12 hours a day, and then the daycare assistants train her and play with her and speak softly to her. And they figure out that she's not happy, and she knows she's not loved, and she's scared. That's all she has ever known. And as she grows, you start feeling her bones through her skin, and the maps start forming, and this dog will look at you like it's the happiest dog in the world. It's just so happy to be touched and talked to and played with, and holy shit, they love to work. They want to make you happy. They can learn so much so quickly, and you feel really good. You have made this dog's life so much better than it was before. And then a random man, a stranger, tries to grab this dog while the daycare assistant tries to keep him away. The stranger is big and demanding and loud. The dog sees you in distress and tries to protect you from this strange person who's towering over you, and
what?
she protects you.
What happened? No, they didn't.
Oh, she didn't get put down, thank God.
So what happened?
Apparently the hospital fees were high enough that the owners decided it was too expensive to keep the dog at daycare. So they took her away.
People are stupid.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You had a rough week, and here I am complaining about stupid rich people.
I understand. So, why are they hiring people?
Well, I quit.
Reagan starts to respond, but is interrupted by Lily entering. Lily is dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. She stops after taking a few steps into the room.
Hey, is this where the group therapy session is happening?
You're in the right place.
Sweet. I'm Megan. Well, I guess another Megan.
Nice to meet you. My name is also Megan.
Me too.
It's nice to meet you. I guess that's the easy thing about this group. Don't have to remember any other names.
That does make it simpler, but more simple.
I think it's nice, us having the same names, because it's almost like talking to yourself instead of talking to strangers.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. How long have y'all been coming to therapy?
I've been here for a few weeks. This is my 7th session with this group.
It's been about 8 months for me. I'm pretty sure I've been here the longest out of all the gals.
Cool. Has it really helped you, group therapy?
Oh, absolutely. When I first started coming here, I was a bit of a mess.
A bit.
Well, a mess. A complete mess. But now I feel like I actually have some hope.
That's really good to hear. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
I ask only because I have tried therapy before. Not group therapy, just one-on-one. And it was hard for me to really feel comfortable on my own.
Just have to try different things and figure out what works for you.
Yeah, I'm slowly working my way down my list of therapeutic activities. I just tried doing cow therapy a few weeks ago.
Cows can be therapists?
I guess.
A cow. A cow got a job?
She's not saying the cow went to school for psychology. I don't think the cow has even the brain power to apply to college.
No, nothing like that. You go to a farm with the therapy cows, and then you pay between $20 and $30 to sit with the cow for an hour.
Wait, you paid money just to sit with the cow for an hour?
Yeah, but they're very friendly. Most of the cows like to lay their heads in your lap. I got to hang out with a cow named Gracie Duke, and she liked belly rubs.
Don't cows walk through their own feces? You basically stuck your hands in a cow patty touching that thing.
I mean, maybe.
I wonder if dogs can be therapists.
There are dog therapists. I think they're quite talented little workers.
Enter the therapist holding a leather satchel. She's wearing a sweater and slacks.
Hello again, and hello to our newest Megan. How are you doing?
You know, could be better. That's why I'm here.
I understand. Well, we're always excited to see new faces.
Well, thank you. Can I ask you a question?
By all means.
Lily walks to a corner of the room, and the therapist follows her.
I was just curious. How does something like this happen?
Are you asking how the sessions typically go?
Well, yes, but also no. I mean, why Megan Fox?
Oh, well, that's easy. What's your name?
Megan?
Why is your name Megan?
Well, my parents named me that.
Well, you could have changed your name.
I like this one. Well, it's not my favorite name, but I've learned to like it.
Absolutely. Think of us as people who are also learning to love our name. None of us control what situations we're born into, but with the right tools and support from our peers, we learn to get by. Soon enough, we are very grateful for what we have, but it all has to start somewhere.
But why Megan Fox specifically?
She's the only famous Megan they all knew, and the only Megan where we could all find qualities we want to adopt.
Oh. But she's so
Yes.
basic.
Reagan turns to stare at Lily.
Well, I understand that she tends to play one or two types of characters very frequently, so I can see how one could think that. However, there is a rich vault of experiences she chooses not to share with the general public.
Protecting her peace.
Indeed. Do you know where she was born?
I assumed LA or somewhere else in California.
She was born and spent the first few years of her life in Rockwood, Tennessee. We see what she looks like and hear about her career, and we assume we know everything there is to know about her. However, she has made several comments on how difficult it is to keep up with such a powerful persona.
I see. She's just like us. She's striving to be the best person of herself while also protecting herself from the public's...
Judgment?
Yes, judgment.
So it's all making sense for you.
Yeah, it's a fan club.
Well, as far as how sessions are structured, I prefer to walk us all through some general questions just to get the discussion started, and then I will open the floor for people who have something they need to get off their chest.
Sounds simple enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. We will start in a few minutes, so go ahead and grab a seat and get comfortable.
Lily sits with Reagan and Sydney. The therapist goes to make herself a cup of tea in a small paper cup. As her tea steeps, she starts unpacking her satchel on the desk in the corner of the room. Lily and Sydney talk quietly when Michaela enters. Michaela wears jeans, shorts, a crop top, and a leather jacket.
This is the Megan Fox therapy group, yeah?
It is indeed. We will be starting in a few minutes. Please feel free to make yourself comfortable. There's a tea station and some extra blankets that anyone may use in case it gets chilly in here.
Thanks.
Michaela patrols the room for a minute before she chooses to sit with Reagan, Sydney, and Lily.
Hi, I'm Megan.
I figured.
Sorry, I'm new here. I'm still getting used to the whole "we're all Megan" thing.
Yeah, I get that. It's your first day too?
Yeah, well, at least I'm not the only new one today.
What's wrong with being new?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
I just feel a little less, I don't know, singled out. It's just nice to have someone who gets what I'm feeling.
Oh. Yeah, you're right, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Nice to meet you.
You too!
The therapist turns around and sees Michaela sitting with the other foxes.
Megan! Newest Megan, may I have a word with you before we get started?
Sure.
Michaela gets up from her chair and joins the therapist next to the tea station. The other foxes continue chatting.
I'm very glad to see you here.
Thanks.
I realize that coming here probably was not what you were expecting.
Yeah, court ordered and all that.
Right. Regardless of your reason for being here, if you stay curious and try to have a positive mindset, I'm sure you will get something from these sessions.
Well, thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. We should be getting ready to start in a few minutes if you would like to take a seat.
Michaela walks back to her chair and sits back down. The conversation had by the foxes dies down, and the therapist checks her watch and sits at one end of the semicircle with her tea.
Okay, everyone, we are expecting one more person, but they will be here in a few minutes. So, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who are new here, my name is Megan, and I have been practicing licensed counselor for just over 2 decades. I want to thank each of you for signing up for this session, whether you're new here or are a regular attendee. I really love group therapy because there is an opportunity to connect to our peers, even if it makes us nervous at first. I know some of us have already started to get to know each other, but why don't we go around and say a few words about why you decided to join the Megan Fox support group. You can share a fun fact about yourself too, if you wish. You all know who I am and why I'm here, so my fun fact is I worked as a tour guide in Brazil before I started studying to become a therapist.
You travel? Where else have you been?
I'm afraid that the only really interesting place I have traveled is Brazil.
Why did you come back? Don't you miss it?
I do miss it sometimes, but this is where I belong, at least for the time being. So does anyone want to volunteer why they are with us today?
I'm here because I want a little more stability in my life. Things have been pretty hectic for a few months and I want to make a new start. My fun fact is I just graduated from university a year early with my master's in communications.
Congratulations.
Yes, it's my turn. Well, I guess I want some community. I don't want to feel so alone. Yeah, that's it.
Would you like to share a fun fact?
Oh, right, yes. My fun fact is I love blue cheese. I know it's kind of gross, but I can't help it. It's so good.
Me too. Did you hear about the cheese shop that's opening downtown?
Yes, I am so excited for it. We'll have to go together sometime.
I heard that blue cheese makes you break out worse than other cheeses. Is that something you two have trouble with?
Oh, I didn't know that. My acne was mostly hormonal, so I don't think blue cheese had anything to do with it.
I do not see the appeal of blue cheese. But I'm glad we're bonding. Would you like to share next?
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm here because I have a hard time coping with stressful things. And I think it would be good to get some things off my chest. This isn't really a fun fact, but I haven't cried in 3 years.
Oh, really? Fascinating. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe there's just not really any point to it.
I would not necessarily.
I'm here because it fits in my schedule. And I guess I don't have anyone else to talk to about stuff, so I thought it would be neat.
Do you have a fun fact to share?
Do I have to?
You do not. But I know I'm curious, and I'm sure others here would like to learn something about you.
Okay. I almost drowned as a toddler.
How did that happen?
My dad tried to teach me to swim by throwing me in a lake, because apparently toddlers are supposed to be able to figure stuff out pretty quickly. He almost didn't make it in time.
Pause. We don't have time to unpack that.
I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say how glad I am that you're still with us. Before we get going, did everyone complete the informed consent paperwork I emailed out?
Oh, I printed mine out. Is that okay?
That works fine.
Reagan gets up, hands the therapist the paper, and sits back down. The therapist takes it to the desk and makes a note on the page before rejoining the group.
Thank you. Everyone else submitted the form online?
Nods and murmurs of yes from everyone except Michaela.
Perfect. To start our discussion today, what does being a Megan Fox mean to you in this moment?
I think it's empowering. It's about standing in your own skin and not being ashamed of existing.
Thank you, Megan. Does anyone else have thoughts on what it means?
I think it's about working for what you want and maintaining a lifestyle. You don't have to have a bunch of money or be famous. Just think about what you want and work for it.
It's about getting what you want and not being sorry.
Tallulah enters dramatically in a matching workout sports bra and leggings.
Oh my gosh, traffic was a nightmare. I'm not late, am I?
Tallulah takes her time putting out her yoga mat in the corner of the room, placing her water bottle and tote bag next to it. She then remembers to silence her cell phone, puts it in her tote bag, and takes the remaining seat among the foxes.
Not terribly. I know you've been here a few times before, but could you introduce
For
yourself?
sure. My name is Megan. I joined therapy because I started my health journey a few months ago, and I thought, why don't I match my mental to my physical, you know? And speaking of my health journey, this morning in yoga, I held a headstand for a full minute, and I didn't need anyone to support my legs.
It sounds like all the work you put into your athletics paid off. We were just talking about what being a Megan Fox means to us. Do you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
I think it's about balance, you know? Like, we're all Megan Foxes, and we're all incredible, but we have stuff going on outside of this, and I think it's really cool to see so many people who are balancing their foxiness in their normal lives.
Thank you for your input. I really like the range of ideas we have floating around here. It sounds like we all think of identity, being a Megan Fox, as a protective part, as well as a tool to help you gain personal purpose in your own lives. So far, these ideas have all been positive. Does anyone have any complaints or issues with the Megan Fox title?
I mean, it helps me, right? If anyone who has an issue with that doesn't have to be in my life.
I don't think the real Megan Fox would have a problem with it, provided we don't go advertising it or try to pose as her or steal her identity or anything like that.
There do not have to be any downsides. This space is just for you all to share what you have noticed and or experienced. Why don't we share some examples of how it's helped us recently? Does anyone want to share a difficult moment and how you handled it?
When I was working on my headstand this morning, I had a really bad cramp that almost made me lose my balance. But I remembered how much work I put into this, and I just breathed through it, and soon enough, I had passed a minute in my inversion.
A good example. It sounds like you used the title to not only remind yourself of your goals, but also of your worth. How did it feel to push through and accomplish your goal?
I mean, it hurt a lot. My whole body started cramping when I came down from it, but it passed in a few minutes. It was worth it, you know? I got the chance to prove myself, and I succeeded.
Well done. Does anyone else have an example of a struggle they overcame with the help of the Megan Fox name?
I went out to get groceries a couple of days ago at the normal time I go. I go really late at night, so there's not as many people blocking the aisles. Well, anyway, I get there at like 10 p.m. and the parking lot is packed. I almost left, like, no thank you, but I needed groceries and I thought maybe I can just grab a few things and leave and I won't have to bump into so many people. Well, I basically got trapped in one of the aisles and I couldn't find a way around all of the people just standing there. I started freaking out about it, but I tried to think about what groceries I really needed and which ones I didn't. And by the time I figured that out, an escape route opened up, and I just slipped out and got what I needed.
That sounds like a difficult situation you found yourself in. When you couldn't get away from the uncomfortable circumstances, you focused on your task and figured out how to make it more manageable for yourself at the time. That is very difficult to do in the heat of the moment.
Thank you. It was really hard, but when I got home and calmed down, I felt proud of myself for getting through it.
I lost a cool t-shirt once. My dad gave it to me, so it really bummed me out. And then I thought, it's just a shirt, so I bought another.
I'm assuming you and your dad are close.
We were. Not anymore.
Would anyone else like to share?
Reagan doesn't answer.
Yeah, this one is a little basic, I know.
There are no wrong answers or experiences here. We are here to support you.
Okay, thanks. So I was driving to work and there was some traffic, so I thought I'd turn on the radio. There's this song I just don't like, and it was playing in my car, but that song cannot be played in my car. It's so annoying. Like, there is nothing inherently easy about any morning, let alone a Sunday. So I just turned the radio off, but I was still anxious and I'm in standstill traffic, and it wasn't even the traffic or the song that made it so tense, it just reminded me of another thing. But I turned the radio back on and changed the station a few times until I found a morning radio show I liked, and it helped me calm down.
I'm sorry, this song was easy like Sunday morning? That's the song that made you anxious?
It wasn't even a Sunday, it was a Thursday! Sorry, that was rude. I just don't like that song.
It is very common to have a trigger to something that could very well be innocuous to another person, like a certain phrase or a place or even a song. I am proud of you for realizing your needs in the moment and for doing what was best for you.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
Perhaps now is a good time to mention that if anyone feels a little overstimulated or stressed, even if you need a break from the session, we do have a panic room at our disposal. Anytime someone needs to step away for a moment, for any reason, please feel free to relax with some tea until you are ready to rejoin the group.
Oh no, I'm fine. I can handle it.
I know you can. If that changes at all for any future sessions, just know there is a safe place to decompress here.
Sydney gets up and grabs a blanket from the panic room before sitting back in her seat in the group.
Any other difficult moments happened to us lately? if anyone remembers anything they would like to share, we can always circle back around and talk about it later in the session. I would like to turn the conversation over to you all. If anyone wishes to ask a question or share any insight that you have discovered, now is the time to do so. This is a safe space, and anyone may share anything they wish to share. You do not have to participate. However, as it says in the consent form you all signed before coming here, any derogatory remarks or unkind behavior can result in you being removed from the session.
Sydney raises her hand.
Hey, I have a question I'd like to ask.
Go right ahead.
So, I know I have a hard time understanding my triggers. I know it's silly, but I still can't really... I have a hard time coping when I do get triggered, and I was wondering if anyone had any tips they could share, you know, like untriggering yourself.
In a way, you just sort of have to do it. There's a lot of coping mechanisms I've read about, like breathing exercises and mindfulness stuff and counting things you sense using your 5 senses. But the tricky thing is you have to understand yourself enough to know what will work and then try a few things. When something doesn't work, you scratch it off the list and start practicing with another coping mechanism. Ideally, you'd want to start when you're not triggered so you can gauge if it will actually make a difference. But sometimes trying things in stressful situations can distract you from... What?
Well, if you're going to offer advice, I think you should do it in a way that is helpful. Just talking about solutions isn't the same thing as giving advice.
Can you rephrase that?
Yeah. For example, if someone asks about what flavor of ice cream you'd recommend from a store, they are looking for a recommendation. They don't want you to talk about how many flavors of ice cream there are and how most ice creams are made with dairy and sugar and flavorings.
My advice was for her to explore for herself.
I'm just saying, if you're going to offer advice, you should fucking do it. Not a whole speech about how good you are.
Reagan and Michaela do not acknowledge Sydney when she speaks. The therapist tries to offer words of comfort, but Sydney cannot hear over the discussion taking place.
Please stop shouting.
She asked me for advice, and I'm trying to give it to her. Is there something wrong with that?
I'm just saying, with that fancy degree you got, maybe there's some merit to listening as opposed to talking.
If you have an issue with how I give advice, I'm happy to talk with you about it.
Please. I know you're happy to talk. I think all of us can see that. I'm saying you're talking a lot and communicating very little.
I apologize that my word choice has upset you. But unfortunately, I still do not see the problem with the advice I gave her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause
The problem is you didn't say anything of value. You've overwhelmed this poor girl because you are more interested in sounding smart than acting smart. Stop!
I think we should take a break. Cool off for a moment. Megan, are you all right?
I'm sorry, that was rude of me.
You did not do anything wrong. I understand sometimes our emotions get the better of us, but we still need to try to be kind and courteous in this room. There can only be progress if we trust in our peers and ourselves. Can we make an effort to maintain that?
Most not in agreement. Lily gets up and starts making a cup of tea.
I'm sorry, Megan. I helped escalate the situation, and that was unfair to you.
It's not a big deal. I mean, thank you.
No problem.
Deep breath, everyone. How are we holding up?
I know it's weird hating a song that much, but I have some bad memories attached to it, and I have a hard time calming down by myself. I wish I could just erase that part of me and move on with my life. I do. I'm trying my best to fix myself.
Lily gives Sydney the cup of tea.
I can add sugar if you like.
No, that's okay. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
We all need some help now and then. Don't sweat it.
Of course. If you need anything, do not hesitate to let us know.
No one is going to tell her.
Everyone ready to continue?
The Megans nod in unison.
Thank you. May I say, well done, everyone. Ideally, we want to avoid conflict, but you all did a good job at de-escalating.
A few murmurs of thank you.
I think this is a fitting question to get a discussion going again. What is a positive attribute of being a Megan Fox that you sometimes struggle to explore?
I struggle with confidence a lot. She seems so sure of herself and so solid. I'm sure some of that is because she's been modeling and acting and stuff since she was a kid. You know, I have never been an actor, and I don't have 30 years of experience with performing, so I haven't developed confidence with experience. I would like to, but I also know that I am at this point in my journey, and I am thankful for the progress I have made.
It is very healthy to have a goal for yourself, but we must also not forget the steps that we have made along our unique paths. You have all made big strides to get to where you are now, and I am honored you have chosen to share that with me.
Lily raises her hand.
You do not have to raise your hand if you do not wish to.
Lily puts her hand halfway down, then back up, then fully drops it.
Can I share something that I struggle with?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sure you've all figured out that I struggle with crowded spaces and large groups of people. I'm not claustrophobic, I just feel a lot. I don't really know how to explain it, but I can kind of feel what people are thinking.
Oh, you're an empath. I'm an empath too.
I don't think so. I mean, from my understanding, an empath feels what other people are feeling. I feel what people are thinking.
What's the difference?
I don't really know, if I'm being honest. It just feels different, I guess. Oh, right, I struggle with crowded spaces because my brain starts to get cluttered when I'm around a big group of people. That's why it took me so long to start group therapy. I was worried that this was going to be like how TV portrays AA meetings, like a large, almost lecture hall with 50 people all taking turns, thanking God for saving them from their vices. But I was really glad to see that this group has, like, nobody in it. Oh my gosh, that sounded really rude. I don't mean to say that this group isn't useful. It's just, it's a more intimate setting.
I have found that smaller groups tend to lead to more active participation from all the attendees. They each get to talk more. Speaking of which, who wants
I think I'm too forgiving of people. Megan Fox would not tolerate any bullshit. She would stand up for herself and her beliefs. I should too.
Yeah.
A few foxes cheer.
I'm a bit of a bitch, so maybe I could work on empathy?
We do not have to unpack that word choice right now. But being empathetic is generally a good quality to have. Does anyone else want to contribute?
Foxes shake their heads.
All right. Now this is a really thought-provoking question. Is there anything that you can see that causes you to perceive reality differently?
Blink.
What?
Blink.
Perceive reality differently. You mean like having a different perspective than our peers?
Exactly.
Oh. I'm sorry, I thought you meant like, do we see higher planes of existence?
Well, if you do see higher planes, I would very much like to hear about it.
Oh. No, nothing like that.
I personally think getting a degree made me think very differently. I think the value of an education is not what you studied, it's how to ask questions and think critically.
Michaela looks at Reagan for a brief moment and shakes her head.
That is an interesting take. While it is becoming more common for people to attain higher education after high school, there are still people who do not have that experience. It can be very jarring having your life change so drastically. Looking up and realizing your parents are gone and you're sharing a room with a stranger and now you have to navigate a completely new environment by yourself. Well, that's a very difficult experience to get through.
Blink. Sydney looks up. She quickly turns her gaze downward. Blink.
It's not real. You're anxious and making up stories. You're safe with friends and a psychologist.
Hey, what's going on?
Sydney doesn't respond to her, keeps whispering to herself. Michaela gets up from her chair, kneels next to her.
What's going on?
What is she saying?
Tallulah walks over to her and kneels in front of her.
What do you see?
Sydney shakes her head violently. Lily and Reagan stand. Lily reaches out to Sydney. Reagan sits back down. The therapist comes up behind Sydney and places her hands on her shoulders.
You are in good hands, Megan. You are safe. Breathe with us. In and out.
They all breathe in unison. The audience breathes louder. Sydney places her hand on her chest and stomach and breathes louder. The fox's breathing picks up and Sydney starts hyperventilating. She stands up quickly and tries to escape the wall of foxes. She hears something and looks toward the audience. Freeze. After a moment, she screams and collapses, face down on the ground. The women can only watch as she writhes, lets out one raspy breath, and then stops moving.
What the fuck?
I didn't even say anything.
We know.
Reagan glares at Michaela. The therapist goes over to Sydney.
Megan. Megan, can you hear me?
She doesn't respond. The therapist checks her pulse.
Well, considering the circumstances, I think it's best we take a break while I call an ambulance.
Wait, what happened? Is she okay?
She'll be okay. She has had a few panic attacks before in our sessions, but none quite as severe as this. I will call an ambulance just in case she needs any other medical attention.
That wasn't just a fucking panic attack. She looked like she was possessed.
She's never been that bad before.
Which is why I'm calling for help.
She starts off toward the exit.
Wait, you're just gonna leave us? With her?
The office landline is in the other room, and cell reception is horrible. I will be right back, I promise.
She exits.
No reception, my ass. This is bullshit. This is some horror movie type fuckery.
I don't care what this is. I'm leaving.
Tallulah grabs her belongings and heads for the exit. She puts her hand on the door handle.
It won't open.
Try harder.
I am.
Move over.
Tallulah steps to the side. Michaela tries the door. It won't open. She puts her weight behind it. No movement.
Well, shit.
So we're just stuck here?
At least until our therapist gets back. Or the paramedics.
Lily goes to Sydney and tries to comfort her. If she is successful, we do not see any signs of it. The therapist enters through the door.
Okay, they are on their way. How are we all holding up?
How are we all holding up? You locked us in a room with her. How do you think we're holding up?
Locked you in.
The door wouldn't open.
The door is wooden and may expand or contract when the weather changes. It probably just got stuck.
No way. That door's not just stuck.
I'm sorry for frightening you all, but I can promise you I did not try to lock you in here. I understand this is a stressful moment for us all, but right now we need to get to Megan the help she needs. Megan, can you move? Can you help me move her to the panic room?
I thought you weren't supposed to move people who are, having a medical emergency.
This isn't a crime scene. There's no evidence for us to contaminate.
I understand your concern, but lying on the hard floor is not doing her any favors. If we can make her more comfortable, maybe she will relax enough and be able to tell the paramedics what happened, and more importantly, tell us what she needs. Can I borrow your yoga mat?
Sure, I guess.
The therapist goes up to grab Tallulah's yoga mat from the corner of the room. She unrolls it and lays it on the floor next to Sydney.
Okay. On the count of 3, we are going to roll her onto the mat. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
They roll her onto the yoga mat. We see Sydney's face. It is covered in blood. Her eyes are wide open and her lips are moving slightly.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
I
I think it's best to let the experts figure that out.
She must have hit her head on the floor. I really don't think we should try moving her. She might have some serious head trauma.
Moving her out of the middle of the floor isn't going to hurt her any more than she already is. Let's just get this over with.
Michaela and the therapist grab the corners of the yoga mat and drag Sydney into the panic room. Lily walks over and, careful not to get any blood on her, puts a pillow under Sydney's head. She hesitates for a moment, then sits down beside Sydney.
Let's call it quits for today. If you could please stay until the ambulance arrives, that would be incredibly kind.
What on earth for?
They may want to ask questions about her state during today's session and may even want to ask about her day-to-day behaviors. It might help them to figure out what happened.
Sydney stirs, startling Lily.
Hey, how are you feeling?
You can't see them?
See who?
Them. Out there.
Lily looks towards the therapist for guidance. The therapist shakes her head no.
Sorry, I don't.
Who do you see, Megan?
Sydney doesn't answer. Tallulah fidgets.
Megan, please tell us what's wrong. We want to help.
I just don't like that song.
It's okay. You don't have to. We all have different tastes in music.
No! It was always that song. Every Sunday, every drive. It never changed.
What never changed?
Always screaming, hitting the steering wheel, swerving into oncoming traffic. Always that damn song!
Sydney starts sobbing. She's inconsolable.
I know that was scary, but you're here now.
You are.
With us.
No,
Let's just breathe through.
get back.
The therapist is standing over Sydney.
Stay with us.
Please stop.
We are here for you.
I'm sorry.
Sydney transforms. She screams as her bones crack with each contorted movement. Reagan grabs Lily and pulls her out of the panic room. After a few seconds, Sydney's screams become snarls. She tries standing and immediately falls back down. Her voice is different, new, and raw.
It never stops. Not now. Not ever.
Okay, everyone, I think we should give her some space until she calms down.
They are all too stunned to move. Now! Sydney leaps out of the panic room and claws at Lily, who narrowly avoids being hit. The therapist grabs Lily and pushes her and the other FOXES into the panic room and slams the door behind them. We can hear Sydney beating on the door for a few moments.
Please don't leave me.
The beating on the door becomes less vigorous and becomes gentle knocking. Her whimpers can be heard through the door.
We can't just leave her here.
Paramedics are on their way and they will be able to take care of her. For now, it's best if we don't push her any further.
She tried to hit me.
Are you hurt?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm just scared.
Then let's focus on the actual problem.
What the actual fuck is happening?
Well, when she hit her head, it could have done something?
Done something? Like what? Make her bleed a lot?
You know, like that one guy who got his head impaled on a railroad spike and his personality changed.
His head on a railroad spike?
Yeah.
And he survived?
I guess it missed most of the important stuff and just hit the less important parts.
I didn't know there were less important parts of your brain. I thought it was all pretty evenly needed. Like your eyes or your boobs.
There's no way an injury that severe can be survivable, right?
Who cares? We have a psycho Megan on rampage just on the other side of that door, and we're sitting here talking about what part of your brain works best.
I've already called the paramedics, so our best bet is to wait for them. We will be fine.
We? Wait. I can't hear her anymore.
They all turn their heads toward the door. The knocking and whimpering have stopped sometime during their conversation. The therapist slowly approaches the door.
What are you doing?
Don't let her out.
I'm just going to talk through the door. She might have calmed down enough to talk.
I don't think talking is going to help much.
Megan, are you all right? An ambulance is coming very soon. They can help. Can you tell me what's going on? Well, so much for that.
A scream. Cracking and crumbling sounds emit from the other side of the door. The panic room shakes. Tallulah and Lily both lose their footing and fall, and the room stills.
Oh, fuck.
Is that an earthquake?
No.
The therapist turns back and flings open the door to the main room. There's a human-sized hole in the wall that opens up into the hallway.
Where did she go?
I don't know.
Wait. She can break down a wall, no problem, but she struggled to get through a door?
Maybe she didn't actually want to hurt us, and she was just scared, and she needed to leave.
Bullshit. Whatever that thing is, it is now a threat to all of us.
You are understandably frightened.
Well, yeah, I'm fucking terrified. Why aren't you?
I've seen worse.
No.
Unfortunately, yes,
Oh.
I have.
So you know what's going on. Oh, you're not supposed to tell us about that, right?
Most certainly not.
The foxes react accordingly.
Should we look for her?
And get yourself killed? Sure, have fun with that.
We should stay here. This is where we are safest.
But she can break down walls. How are we safe anywhere?
Well, for whatever reason, she cannot come in here. Or at least chooses not to. So she should not be able to reach us if we stay here. We just need to be patient and wait for someone to come by with updates.
Someone meaning the paramedics.
Ideally, yes.
Are there other people in this building?
There should not be anyone else in this building apart from us.
Great. We're our only targets. Perfect.
We don't know for certain she's targeting us, right? She's probably just overwhelmed.
She doesn't mean to hurt us. I know she wouldn't.
I don't think we can afford to take that chance.
But she's still human.
And she is unstable. We cannot control her as she is right now.
Control her? She's not a wild animal.
I know she is not. She does not seem to know that. I am responsible for you all, and will do everything in my power to keep you safe. Our best plan of action is to let the authorities come.
What if they don't?
Then I will go look for her myself.
Alone?
I'm not going to ask anyone else to take that risk. Anyway, that is not our concern right now. There are people coming to help us, and while we wait, we know we are safe in this room.
Until she decides to break down the door.
But she said she can't get in here. Right?
I do not know if it is a can't or a won't. But right now, she has left us alone. Let us not try to get back on her radar until she calms down.
But if she can break down walls, she can get out of the building. What if she does?
I do not think she will.
But she can. And you said we can't trust her like this. What if she runs into traffic and gets hit by a car?
I have a feeling she will be avoiding cars for a while.
You're missing the point. She is in danger, and we're just sitting here.
I'm sorry. You want to follow her? Do you want to die?
Well, it's better than your decision to sit around and freak out over everything.
This building is the best place to keep her safe, and I believe, somehow, she knows that. I will go to look for her. Anyone who wishes to come with me can do so, but I would prefer you all stay here and stay safe.
I am coming with you. It's my fault she's behaving like this, and I need to make it right.
We will be back soon. Stay safe. And for the love of God, please stay out of harm's way.
Reagan follows the therapist out of the panic room, through the door and into the hallway. Once they are out of sight, Michaela goes to the therapist's desk in the main room and starts rooting through the drawers.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for our files.
Why?
Oh, you know, it sounded like fun.
Isn't that like super illegal?
What the doc doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, don't you think she's acting weird?
I don't think so, but this is my first group therapy session. I didn't think her behavior was any weirder than, you know, the other circumstances.
Do you think she was acting weird? You know her better than we do.
That's more or less her baseline. I don't know how she stayed so calm through all that.
She did say that she had seen worse. How much worse can it get?
I don't know, Let's just call this preparing for what might come later.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this.
Then don't look, stay in the panic room, and wait for some strangers to save you.
Lily, sensing the attitude, scoots closer to Michaela to look over her shoulder. Michaela continues to go through the drawers and rifle through papers. Tallulah takes a few steps closer, but is reluctant to take too many steps outside the panic room.
Finding anything useful?
Not really. I haven't found a single form that has the name Megan anywhere.
Well, whose files are they?
There's a Lily, a Tallulah,
She notices Reagan's printed consent form. She picks it up.
Reagan.
What is it?
We're not filed under our names.
What?
This is the consent form Megan handed in at the start of the session. She signed her name Megan, but it's been scratched out and the name Reagan has been put there instead.
She's using code names for us.
Michaela wads up Reagan's file and puts it in her pocket.
There are different documents referring to Michaela, Lily, Sydney, Tallulah, Julie, and Reagan.
Okay, so we know which one of us is Reagan. How are we supposed to figure out which names correspond to the rest of us?
Lily and Michaela look at Tallulah.
We can read the papers I just found. Right? No.
Michaela goes back to reading.
Okay, so this one is for Sydney. Extreme anxiety due to a recurring incident where she was the passenger in a car her ex was driving. Said partner struggled with severe road rage and would regularly, oh, well, I think we know who that is. This one is Tallulah, who is conveniently healthy.
What is that supposed to mean?
It goes on, her continuous and often harmful pursuit of her internalized version of the ideal physique has pushed her towards her limit and is not sustainable. She is afraid that if she doesn't maintain her drive to push herself, then she will completely lose control. Does that sound like anyone we know?
No.
Doesn't sound like me. This one says, Julie, a boring woman stuck in a loveless marriage. In a pathetic attempt to spice up her life, she traveled to Brazil and began experimenting with psychoactive substances. She spent the next few years attempting to communicate with a hallucination she calls the boss. Searching for a way out of her miserable life led her to the greatest responsibility she could have ever faced. And it just ends there.
Michaela finds another page and starts reading.
Michaela, the majority of her problems stem from her mother leaving her with her father when she was 7 years old. This event led her to develop a sense of helplessness, and she uses all her free time overcompensating.
She stops.
Why did you stop?
The ink is smudged and I can't read the rest.
She crumples up the paper and throws it at the hole in the wall. It bounces back.
What the fuck?
Cole didn't like that.
Who cares? It's a hole in a wall.
Don't say that. I think it's listening.
Oh my god. It's a hole. It doesn't have feelings.
You don't know that.
I do. Actually.
No, you don't. You don't know how anything works. None of us knows anything about this room, this group, this building. Hell, we've been pouring our hearts out to complete strangers who just fucking left us to go chase a blood-soaked creature. You don't get to act like a god in a world where no gods exist. You don't have the right to yell at us and order us around when you are just as clueless as the rest of us.
Tallulah begins to shake.
You're right. I have no right. But we do know some things.
I don't think I know anything anymore. I don't understand how this world works. I just want to go home.
I know, and we're trying to fix it. Right?
Ideally, yes.
Good. Can you stick with us for a few more minutes? We can't afford to miss any information.
I don't trust you.
You don't have to. You don't know anything about me. But you can believe that I want to get the fuck out of here just as much as you do, and we're gonna find a way to escape, okay?
Tallulah steadies her breathing.
Okay.
Thank you, Megan.
No problem.
They look at each other. Maybe having nicknames for each other was a good idea after all.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to that.
Michaela walks towards the hole in the wall.
What do you see?
I want to try something really quick.
She reaches her hand out toward the hole, but is met with resistance.
Are you finding any other planes of reality over there?
I wish. I can't seem to get through it.
What do you mean you can't go through it?
Lily walks towards the hole in the wall. She reaches out to touch it.
Oh my God, you're right.
Wait a second. Megan? Other Megan? Yes, you. Come here for a second.
Tallulah walks over to Michaela, but stops short of the hole.
Try to walk through.
No way. I just saw what happened to her. I'm not doing that.
Just stick your hand through. I want to see what happens.
Tallulah reluctantly reaches toward the hole. Her hand passes through. She cautiously steps through the hole and turns to look at the women.
So you can walk through, and we can't come through.
Gosh, we really are stuck here.
I'm going to double check the door.
Michaela walks to the door, opens it, and is able to walk through with no trouble. She walks back.
Okay, weird. But at least we're not stuck here.
Good.
Lily walks to the hole in the wall and tries to walk through it. She meets resistance and falls backwards.
Are you okay?
Ow.
Oh, shit.
Here, maybe I tripped on something. Let me try again.
Lily stands up and tries to put her hand through the door's opening and is met with resistance again.
I'm going to find the doc and Reagan. I think we need to talk to them.
You two are free to go, and I'm not?
We both promise we are not going to leave you here.
Are you sure about that? You've seen what's going on, right?
Please don't leave.
I need to go find them. We need to figure out what's going on.
I feel that...
Lily starts to hyperventilate. Her breathing quickens until she falls on her knees to the floor. Blink. Lily looks up. She searches.
Hey, are you good?
Yeah, actually. I'll be fine. I thought that
I'll stay with you. Other Megan can go find the other Megans and figure out what's going on.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everything good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be back.
Michaela leaves through the door. After a moment, Tallulah stands up and slowly walks towards the exit. She opens the door and sticks her hand out. She's met with resistance.
What?
End of Act 1.
Thank you, everybody. As mentioned, that's the end of Act 1. We do have a 10-minute intermission. Please enjoy yourselves. There are 2 restrooms that way. Continue to have any snacks. Just enjoy yourselves. We'll be starting back in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Here we go. Act 2. Scene 1. Spotlight on a new woman sitting on a stool on an empty stage. One we've not met and likely never will. She sips on a cocktail. She's busy, but not rushed. She glances at the audience before looking back to her drink. She glances up again, this time looking at the audience a beat longer before looking away. She looks up one more time and glares at the audience. She speaks.
Okay, I'll bite. What's going on? Not much from the looks of it. Well, while you're here, I actually do want to talk to you. I was just thinking about shadows. Black spots that fill your vision when you stand up too quickly. Shadows that live on the stage and the ones inside of all of us.
During this next sentence, the house lights slowly come up to full brightness.
The shadow that covers all of you in the audience right now. The one that protects you from being seen.
House lights quickly down.
The dark is quite comfortable from what I remember. We stand in the light so you can all sit in the dark. Unfortunately, I don't really get to step outside of the light, even with trying to get alone time, so I can really just process everything going on. You do. You all get to sit in the dark and wait for me to share some delicious drop of lore, a glance into my inner sanctum. Do you deserve that? Do you know how hard it is holding on to the blood-stained glass? How hard it is to pretend to like being around you? Eventually, no offense, but this is all for your viewing pleasure. All the people watching you, just knowing they're there, it changes you. And I get it, you know? We're a very voyeuristic society, and I think, in general, we prefer to watch instead of being watched because we feel safe. But being watched 24/7 makes you sick. The symptoms start, and you learn to manage them. You get so much praise for giving every last ounce of yourself that you don't stop to think about how sustainable. Ah! Fuck. I think I got dust in my eye. Ugh. That's so annoying. Do you think they've had enough of me yet? Well, I don't really have anything to plug, so get lost.
Scene 2, lights up. Reagan follows the therapist on stage through the door next to the hole in the wall. They've entered the women's bathroom. The therapist opens the stall door one by one. Nothing.
Well, shit. She's not here anymore.
Damn, really? Should we wait for her somewhere?
We can stay here for a few minutes and see if she retraces her steps. But if she does not come back, I think we should reconvene with the others.
Okay. Why did you become a therapist?
Well, I sort of fell into it. I mentioned being a tour guide earlier in South America.
Brazil.
Yes. I suppose I got the traveling bug out of my system and decided I thought psychology was interesting enough. After learning all that I could and spending a fortune on my education, I concluded that the next logical step would be to become licensed.
You were able to get a job that easily.
Oh, no, it took a few years before I landed here. I happened upon this place right when they started hiring for therapists, and I've been here ever since.
Was it worth it?
Yes. I was lucky enough to find my calling, my reason for working, and I'm very lucky to have had such a long and benevolent career. That's enough of my story for today. We have much more pressing matters.
Of course. I was just thinking, you know, I just graduated with my master's and I wanted to ask if you had any tips for finding, I don't know, my reason for working.
Unfortunately, that is a long road full of twists and turns. You will have to be responsible for your own actions.
Makes sense.
What jobs are you looking for? What jobs are you looking for?
I was hoping to find something that would use my degree, but even that seems to be a challenge.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'll be fine. There's always retail, right?
As she laughs at her own joke, Reagan realizes the gravity of her situation and switches to crying. The therapist walks towards Reagan and pauses. She wraps her arms around Reagan and holds her gently.
You will be okay. I promise things will end up the way they are supposed to.
I'm not going back to retail.
You do not have worry about that right now. Right now, let us go back to the others and tell them we could not find her.
Reagan looks up from crying and nods. A crash is heard off stage. The therapist and Reagan both look toward the sound.
Do you think that's her?
There's only one way to find out.
The therapist and Reagan wait for any other noises. A door slams off in the distance, then another, a little closer. Silence.
Seems like she changed her.
Michaela slams the bathroom door open.
Seriously? You two have been hiding out in the bathroom this whole time? What have you been doing in here? Making out? No! Is that it? Just waiting for an excuse to get one of us alone in the public bathroom? That's fucking diabolical if you ask me.
I did not.
What?
I did not ask you.
So you admit it. That is probably the most slimy, manipulative thing I've ever...
That's not true! We searched this whole building from top to bottom and couldn't find her. We just got here and decided to wait for her to backtrack.
Yes, we did spend a long time on each floor of this building. I apologize. I did not think that this excursion would take as long as it did.
It is surprisingly hard to find someone as destructive as she is.
Well, I'm sure it is.
Each floor? Yes.
How many?
Pardon.
How many floors are there in this building?
You can't count? We searched.
That's what I thought. Oh, and Doc, the other two Megans are still in your office trying to figure out why only one of us can't leave. And we all want to know what the fuck is going on. Why have the paramedics arrived? Did they make a wrong turn?
I'm sure I do not know what you're talking about.
Don't start that shit.
What do you mean one of us can't leave?
Megan. One of the Megans. The other new Megan? She can't leave the office. She tried walking through the door and she fell flat on her ass. Can't get through the hole in the wall either.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm not crazy. And what's with that Megan that's gone haywire? What the fuck do we do about that?
My instructions earlier were that you all stay safe in the panic room while I search for her. I was trying to keep you safe whilst I worked on figuring out how to find her and calm her down. If you are unsatisfied with the orders
Oh,
I
so
gave-
you're ordering us now? Demanding we stay in line like good little girls.
Megan, this wasn't something any of us could have predicted. We didn't know that the door was going to jam or that Megan would...
Oh, God. You don't even know what half of what this bitch is hiding. You know she has code names for us? Yeah, none of us are listed as our fucking names when our names are the same as being the same as everyone else is the whole fucking point of this group.
That's surely just to distinguish us better when she writes notes about how each session goes.
Oh, yeah? Do you know anyone by the name of Reagan?
Blink. Reagan searches for it.
Megan, could you leave us for a moment?
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. Perhaps you should see if the others are doing all right.
Reagan hesitantly exits.
Did you find what you were looking for?
What do you mean?
When you snooped through my belongings, did you find what you were so desperate to see?
Oh, those were your papers? Gosh, I am so sorry they didn't have your name on them.
And according to you, they did not have your name on them either. And yet, the contents enraged you so much that you needed to abandon your peers to come shout at me. Is that right?
What? No, I have so many fucking questions.
Well, I thought those notes were quite thorough, but apparently the meaning still escapes you.
How dare you?
You think I wrote those notes?
Of course you did. Who else could it be?
Someone you haven't met? not the only therapist who works in this office.
So you let everyone walking in off the street come have a look at confidential documents? I'm pretty sure that goes against your consent forms you sent out.
Which you would not know anything about.
What?
Oh, please. I am not stupid. I know you did not sign any consent forms, and you have no intention of doing so. You did not come here because you want to work on yourself. You came here to gloat.
You know that's not true. I didn't even want to come here.
Yes, you were decided by a jury of your peers that you are a danger to yourself and others, and were ordered by the court to attend a therapeutic support group for 3 months minimum. The amount of paperwork I have to write just to get you into one of these courses is astounding. Yet, you are finding ways to make my efforts amount to nothing.
You have no right.
I have every right. You, on the other hand, have no right to criticize me when you are so incapable of handling your own problems. You've been here one time, and you already are spiraling out of control. I've known you for less than an hour, and already I can tell your mother was absent, either through death or by choice, and your father was, shall we say, woefully unequipped to care for you himself. The next few years are predictable. A petty youth acting out for the thrill of it, but you recently committed your first big girl crime. Voluntary manslaughter. A crime of passion with no premeditation. Tell me, how does one slowly poison someone to death without any premeditation? But through all that, instead of acknowledging the pain and the hardship, you were a coward and convinced yourself that this was a normal childhood. And to this day, you look down on others who were allowed to be happy children. You insult these other women who are trying to work on themselves and are proud of it. So please, for the love of God, do not lecture me on how I should handle things.
Michaela freezes. She starts to cry.
God, I'm sorry. That was not fair of me. Would you like a hug?
Michaela nods, and the therapist holds her arms out, and Michaela runs into them.
I didn't mean to. I wanted, I'm so tired.
It's going to be okay. You can still make different choices.
Michaela kisses the therapist. The therapist pulls away dramatically.
Oh, God!
What? Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know what I'm doing.
How typical.
No, please, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant.
Therapist goes to exit.
I just need love.
My job is not to love you. Technically, I do not even have to care about you in order to complete my job. My job is to convince you to find the hurt in your life, and then I help you cut it out. Afterwards, you can find people outside of therapy who will choose to be around you. You want love? Then fucking earn it. Strutting around in your shallow clothes and your useless personality. Ooh, waiting for someone to give a damn is pointless. I would call you a disgrace, but you're too lazy to earn that title. People don't love you, not because you are bad or wrong. They don't love you because there is nothing to love. You are an empty, lifeless shell. You chose to give up on yourself so no one else could have the pleasure. You are nothing.
The therapist staggers as though she's been hit in the ribs. Takes her a moment to recover.
I am going to protect my clients. You do what you wish.
The therapist exits through the hole in the wall, leaving Michaela in the bathroom alone. Michaela rushes to the door. It does not open. Scene 3. Lily and Tallulah sit quietly in the panic room. They both have taken blankets and wrapped them around each other.
How are you doing?
Not great. You?
Not including the She-Hulk rampaging around threatening to kill us, and the fact that I can't leave. Pretty okay.
Fair enough.
Something is bothering me, though.
What?
It's just, I just met Megan today. She-Hulk Megan, I mean.
Sydney.
Yeah, that's right. She seems so, not grounded. Definitely not that, but I don't know.
You don't think she would have reacted so harshly?
Yeah.
What else could it have been?
I think she saw something.
You think she had hallucinations?
Maybe. She was definitely scared of something, and she just happened to be in a vulnerable place. Anyone would react.
But there's nothing new that could have spooked her. I mean, the other new Megan is a bit scary, but she's just mean. She's not an actual threat, and you seem to be connecting with Megan, with Sydney.
Yeah, I was. And of course I don't know her as well as you probably do, but that seemed so,
Out of place.
yeah. Why did you start coming to these group sessions?
I just started yoga, and I thought it was a good idea to work on my mind, you know?
Be honest. Please.
My dad died a few years ago. We weren't close per se, but he was still my dad.
I'm sorry. How did he die?
Heart attack. He went to work, went for a run during his lunch break, and then just fell down dead. He was 43 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was really scared. I didn't know if there were heart issues in my family history, but I didn't want to leave it to chance. After some research, I saw people talk about yoga, both as a workout and something to ease stress, and I thought I should at least try it. Even if I was bad at it, I would rather look like an idiot than die at 43. The first few sessions I cried a lot, but I kept coming back, and they either didn't care or they didn't have the heart to kick me out. So kept going twice a week, and then 3 times a week. Soon enough, I was going every day. I felt
Alive?
powerful. I was fighting my family history. I was changing my fate, and along the way,
You don't have to keep talking if you don't want to.
I should. It's only fair. After doing yoga for a few months, I saw my body change. I started to look like some of those fitness influencers I've seen on social media, and I had the thought, so close, I could just be there if I changed my diet a little. So I did. Then it changed again, and again. Soon enough, I couldn't have a good day without my routine. This life is the only thing that's worthwhile, you know?
You can't give it up?
Maybe one day. Not today.
I'm glad I know you.
Why?
It takes a lot to admit when you're struggling. And the fact that you revealed so much to me after I only just met you. Thank you for trusting me.
You're welcome.
And thank you for not leaving me behind.
I almost did. I'm scared, but it's not right to leave you.
Thank you.
Besides, my body can take a lot. Did you know I held a headstand for like a full minute right before I came in here?
You mentioned it earlier.
Did I? Anyways, my body can handle whatever stress this day throws at us.
I think you're really strong.
That means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tallulah tears up a little. She tries to hide it as Reagan enters the door.
Hello again. Are you doing okay?
Managing, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Well, that's good. Really good.
How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm fine.
Really?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm worried.
About?
Did you guys see any papers lying around? Like any with the name Reagan on it?
I think I heard that name, but I didn't read it.
Of course you didn't.
Reagan goes to the desk and starts rummaging through the papers. Tallulah and Lily drop their blankets and join Reagan in the main office.
I think she took that page with her.
Shit. Okay, well, thanks.
Reagan goes to leave through the door, but it does not open.
Ugh! Stupid wooden door!
She walks through the hole in the wall.
Wait, you just got here. Why are you leaving again?
The doc wanted me to check in on you both, and now I see you're both okay. I'm gonna go back to help her.
Why does she need help?
The bitch! It's Megan. angry Megan. Rude Megan. She went on and on about how our therapist, our licensed, been in the business for 20 years therapist, is using code names for us and that she's planning our demise.
Is she?
Is she what?
Planning our demise?
No, of course not. But bitch Megan has some sort of stick up her ass and I don't want to leave the doc alone.
Is she a doctor?
She said she got a degree in psychology.
Well, she did, but did she say she got a doctorate?
What difference does it make? I shrink as being harassed by some ignorant bitch and I'm not gonna stand for it.
Reagan storms through toward the hole in the wall, and she almost slams into the therapist, who stumbles in.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to check on you.
She notices the therapist is in pain. She catches Reagan staring.
I'm fine.
Did she hit you?
No, not at all. She did not give me anything I could not handle. I'm sorry, but I'm going to lay down for a second.
Here, let me help you.
I can walk by myself, thank you.
The therapist walks into the panic room and shuts the door behind her.
How dare she treat you like this?
Reagan exits through the hole in the wall.
Again, the door still works.
Not for her anymore. We should stop her, right?
Well, you can't leave, and honestly, I do not want to get between those two. Just let them duke it out and they'll be friends after.
If you say so.
Scene 4, bathroom. Michaela is looking in the mirror. A few moments pass. She punches the glass, shattering the mirror. She steps back and comes to her senses.
Shit.
She looks down and sees that her hand is bleeding.
Shit!
She checks for paper towels in the dispenser. Empty.
God damn it.
She walks into the first stall to grab some toilet paper.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She leaves the first stall and walks into the second.
About time.
She leaves the stall with a fistful of toilet paper. She wraps it around her hand and tears the toilet paper.
Come on!
She plops down onto the ground and then just sits there for a moment. Reagan starts to enter through the door but stops when she sees Michaela on the ground.
Couldn't find your way back?
Basically.
You're pretty useless if you can't wrap your own hand. How'd you get it? It's none of your business. If you struck our therapist...
No, I'm not stupid.
Reagan gives her a look.
Not that stupid.
If you didn't hit her, then why is your hand bleeding? Why do you care? Because I can.
I punched the mirror, okay? The doc said some mean shit to me, and I lost it. I know I'm fucking useless, and I know I can't do anything right, and I know I'll never be good enough, and I certainly don't need some stuck-up bitch to remind me that I'll never get anywhere in life because I know!
Michaela stops. Reagan slowly walks towards her and takes the toilet paper away from her. Michaela flinches. Reagan untucks her blouse and tears a strip of cloth off the bottom. She holds her hand out.
I don't think Italian silk works as a bandage.
Either take my help or don't, but for the love of God, stop complaining.
Michaela reluctantly places her hand in Reagan's.
Thank you.
This doesn't change anything. I still think you're an arrogant asshole.
Well, I think you're obnoxious.
Fair enough.
Reagan finishes wrapping up Michaela's hand.
Why do you think I'm an arrogant asshole?
Why does it matter?
I want to improve myself.
I just think you're stuck up.
That doesn't help me very much.
Oh my God, it's not my job to fix you. It's not mine.
What? It's not your job to help me? Why do you think helping someone is a job?
I don't even know you.
And when we get out of here, you never have to see me again.
Oh, you think she's gonna let us leave? Let me leave?
Well, yes. That's what happens every time therapy is over. Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. Well, how things work around here is we have therapy for an hour and then the session is over and we leave. We repeat that process again the next week for however long it takes to not be a sarcastic asshole.
Don't be stupid. I have to come back.
Why? You clearly hate it here and you hate almost everyone involved.
Well, because... Shit. No point keeping it a secret now, huh? part of my probation deal is I go to therapy for a few months. This place was accepting clients, and I took it so I could just get on with my life. Well, I'm not going to tell you who it was or how it happened, so don't bother asking.
I wasn't going to.
Good! Why do you think I'm obnoxious?
I thought you didn't care what other people thought of you.
I don't! I'm just curious.
Well, I think you shoot first. Sorry, punch first.
Yeah.
And ask questions later. You're impulsive and you make it someone else's problem. Competitiveness is not an endearing quality.
Good thing I don't care what you think.
You asked.
You're right. I did. I'm sorry.
For?
I don't know. For being a bitch. For being obnoxious.
I forgive you.
What?
I forgive you. You were talking about someone named Reagan.
Was I?
Who is she? I don't think it matters now.
Of course it matters.
I think people can do whatever they want with their lives, and it's not open up for strangers' interpretation.
What do you mean?
Well, I told you about the doc's nasty little notes, but she had the nerve to tell me she didn't write any of them.
I thought you said they were her papers.
She owns them. They are in her possession. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's written on paper, not stone.
Sounds of destruction come from off stage. They are getting closer.
Shit, she's coming.
Good.
Good?
I need to talk with her. I need to talk with her.
Not while she's like this.
I need to tell her I'm sorry.
God, you're so annoying. Go hide.
It'll be okay.
Fucking bossing me around.
Michaela hides in one of the stalls and closes the door behind her. Sydney comes barreling into the room. She stares at Reagan.
Hey.
Megan? Sydney grunts in response.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I need to tell you something, if that's okay.
Sydney lumbers over to Reagan.
Oh, no. You can stay there. You don't have to come here.
Sydney doesn't stop. Reagan begins retreating slowly. Sydney's closing the gap.
That's close enough.
Reagan's back hits the wall. Sydney gets closer.
Stop!
Michaela slams open the bathroom stall and runs to Reagan. Sydney startles and leaps back a few feet. Michaela plants herself between Sydney and Reagan.
She said stop.
Sydney scampers to the corner of the room. She trembles visibly. Michaela takes a step toward her.
Jesus Christ.
Megan, don't.
What the fuck happened to you? You really can't manage?
Don't corner her.
I know we all have our days or whatever, but this?
Leave her alone.
Reagan pushes Michaela away from Sydney.
Don't fucking shove me!
Michaela shoves Reagan back and she falls. Sydney lunges and bites Michaela. Michaela struggles to get free, and in doing so, she loses her footing and she cracks her head open on the sink on her way down.
No! Get away from her!
Sydney whimpers and quickly exits through the hole in the wall. Silence.
Megan?
She does not respond.
Megan?
Reagan crawls over to Michaela.
You were talking about someone named Reagan. Who is that?
Reagan flips Michaela onto her back. She sees that she's truly dead.
Oh, fuck! I'm so sorry.
Reagan reaches into Michaela's pocket. She finds a crumpled up piece of paper. She carefully uncrumples the paper and uses her hands to smooth out some of the creases.
I promise I will grow. I will get better. I will be better.
She reads the paper aloud.
Reagan, the first in her family to drop out of high school. What the fuck?
Reagan crumples the paper back up and throws it in the trash can. She stands up and goes to leave the bathroom door. She stops. She turns back and digs the wadded up paper out of the trash and reads more.
I promised. After being persuaded into getting her GED, she was strongly encouraged to work for her family's bookstore. The pressure of living up to her family's narrow expectations was too much to bear, so she enrolled in university and promptly dropped out. Her family couldn't keep up with the competition as there were
forced to close the store. The only thing she has achieved on her own is being a disappointment to everyone she has ever met. No. That's not true. It can't be.
Blink. Reagan looks up. She sees the audience. She drops the paper.
Oh. That's unusual.
Reagan looks back down, then glances up, then quickly turns her eyes away. She stumbles as she leaves the bathroom through the hole in the wall. Scene 5, main office. Lily and Tallulah have stacked chairs in the corner of the room to clear out the main floor. Tallulah is leading Lily through a simple yoga routine. They're standing on blankets, and Lily has 2 pillows next to her blanket.
Stand tall, stretch your fingers to the ceiling, reach, reach, deep breath in, and release. Drop your hands to the floor and step back to your plank position. Hold here.
Lily looks up, exasperated.
And shift into your downward facing dog. Breathe here, take any movements that feel good here. You can walk your heels out or lift your legs one at a time into your standing splits.
Tallulah kicks her legs up extremely high. Lily looks up for clarification. Tallulah switches legs. Lily drops her head and decides against the standing split.
Whenever you're ready, come to a tabletop position.
Lily looks up to confirm she's doing what Tallulah's doing.
Once you're here, take any movements that feel good to you. You can round out the spine, take a couple cat-cows, any movements that help you feel open.
Lily follows Tallulah's lead and starts arching and flexing her spine. Crack. Ah! Lily stops yoga and sits down on her blanket. She grabs a nearby pillow to clutch. She whimpers into the pillow. Tallulah moves and kneels beside Lily.
Where does it hurt?
Lily mumbles to the pillow.
What?
My back.
Oh, shit. Okay, let me look.
Tallulah crawls behind Lily.
Can I lift up your shirt a little?
Lily nods, still clutching the pillow. Tallulah lifts the back of Lily's shirt.
Your shoulder blades look a little bruised, but I don't see anything weird.
Tallulah moves next to Lily.
Give me your hands.
Lily shakes her head and clutches the pillow harder.
That's okay. Can you copy what I do with my hands?
Tallulah takes her thumbs and presses her index finger to her thumbs in a pinching motion. She proceeds to do this with her middle, ring, and pinky fingers. Lily copies her while still holding the pillow.
Now wiggle your thumbs.
Lily does.
Good. Now slowly tilt your head from side to side.
Lily does with no pain.
Well, you'll be glad to know it's likely not a nerve issue. Is it still hurting?
A little.
Maybe it was just a cramp. Do you need some water?
Yes, please.
Tallulah retrieves her water bottle from her tote bag and hands it to Lily.
Thank you.
No problem. I used to get really nervy when I first started yoga.
Nervy?
Like pins and needles. Mostly in my arms, but sometimes my feet. Never felt it in my back, though.
But I thought you said it wasn't a nerve issue.
I don't think so, no.
Oh.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Sure.
When you were talking about Sydney seeing something, you were being serious, right?
Yes.
Good.
Is this about the higher planes of existence?
How do you know?
I was joking. Wait, what?
I think they're seeing something, and I think I might know what it is.
You do?
I think so. I don't think I can really explain it apart from saying that we're always being watched.
Oh, please don't start with some conspiracy theory.
I'm not talking about the government spying on people or whatever those weirdos say. I'm saying that there is a supernatural explanation for this.
Uh-huh.
I mean it. I'm an empath after all, so I think I'm just a little more sensitive to this sort of thing.
Oh God, not with the... Wait a second. You're speaking from experience, aren't you?
I've seen them for as long as I can remember. Sometimes they get closer or they circle you, but they're always watching.
Who?
Them.
Tallulah looks at the audience and waves to them. Lily looks in her direction but cannot see them.
I can't see anything.
Oh, that's probably a good thing. Look at what it did to Sydney.
Reagan stumbles in. Her movements are twitchy, and she darts her eyes around, scouring everything.
Fucking hell, are you okay?
I'm fine. Just scared.
Reagan catches eyes with the audience before averting her gaze again.
What happened?
Megan. Rude, Megan. Is gone.
What happened?
I didn't mean to. I don't think.
Sydney bursts through the wall. Fuck! Lily tries to get up, but feels her back twitch, and she falls back onto her blanket, attracting Sydney's attention.
Please stay back.
Sydney complies.
That worked.
Of course it did. She knows better than to corner us.
Reagan takes a step forward. Sydney snarls. Reagan stops.
Okay, my bad. Can I talk to you?
Sydney sits down. Reagan kneels so she's not standing over her.
Are you sure about this, Megan?
Yes. I'm sorry. I made a decision to talk over you instead of talking to you. I'm the reason that you became like this. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to anyone else here.
No response from Sydney.
You protected her, didn't you? That sweet, neglected dog? And she thanked you the only way she knew how. What was her name?
Sally.
Yeah? That's a good name.
They tried to change it to Luna. No, Sally is she.
Is that the name she responded to?
Yes.
You knew better. The owner should have tried harder, but you knew better. And you know something?
Sydney looks into Reagan's eyes.
You made that dog's whole life better. You gave that working dog a job. Something for her to look forward to. You made a difference.
Sydney howls with anguish. Her house slowly becomes sobs, and we hear bones snapping and back into place as she settles into her human form.
It's not fair. None of this is fair.
I'm so sorry.
Reagan pulls Sydney into a hug. They sit together on the floor until Sydney's cries slow and her breathing evens out. Sydney looks up at Reagan, then at Tallulah, and then at Lily.
Welcome back.
Where's the others?
Well, the therapist is in the panic room. I think she needed to rest.
And the other?
I did something bad. I thought I was protecting someone, and I hurt her. I didn't mean to.
Blink. Reagan looks around. She sees the audience.
No. Go away.
Reagan scrambles backwards towards the wall.
What do you want? Wait, you see it?
I'm sure they are nothing to be concerned about.
They? You can see them too?
Okay, fine, yes, I can see them.
But you're okay. You can see them and you're still okay.
I've had practice. Stay with us.
They're right there. They just keep staring. Keep breathing. In, out.
Reagan begins hyperventilating. Her arms begin to twist in an unnatural way.
I'm not letting this happen.
Sydney grabs Reagan and wraps her arms around her. She tries forcing Reagan to lie down, but she's beginning to break free. Reagan begins crawling downstage.
I need help.
Shit.
Lily flops on Reagan arms back to weigh her down. Tallulah follows suit. The pile of women still shakes as though Reagan is about to get free. Reagan begins grunting and moaning.
You saved me. Now I'm returning the favor.
Reagan is now screaming under the fox pile. They're squirming, and shaking eventually subsides, and her screams turn into sobs.
I work so hard, and it's still nothing. Sally doesn't think so, and I don't either. It doesn't matter. You can hate yourself all you want, but you cannot convince me that you do not matter. You do matter. You're my friend.
Reagan's cries eventually become sniffles. Tallulah and Lily remove themselves from the pile. Sydney helps Reagan sit up, still in her arms.
Really?
I really like you. You listened to me talk about my old job.
But I was so rude to you. I talked over you. I overwhelmed you.
Everyone does that. You're not special.
I guess not. We all did come here using the same name.
Using? We just say our names are the same, but okay.
Oh, You don't still think.
The door to the panic room slams open.
What is happening now?
Well, we prevented another freak out.
Delightful. Just a little thought experiment before we wrap up our session. Who are you?
Wait, really?
Tell me your names, quickly.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Reagan. I'm Megan.
I'm Megan.
I see. All non-Megans may leave.
Just like that.
Yes. Neither of you are Megan anymore. This group is strictly for Megans.
This isn't some trap.
Why would I want to trap you? You two have outgrown this group. I cannot help you anymore.
Okay. Well, you had enough.
I want to go home.
Can I drive you there? I want to make sure you're all right.
I would really like that. Thank you.
Reagan and Sydney begin to exit through the door.
Oh, I guess I should tell you why I quit my job.
I have an educated guess as to why.
Sydney smiles. They exit together.
Right. And you're certain you want to stay here.
Well, us Megans have to stick together, I guess.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time, and I need to speak with Megan alone.
Well, as an empath who held a hand for the poor woman, I think that I can handle
See
it.
you next week.
Tallulah startles. She clutches her chest. Before she can get any words out, she collapses to the ground.
What did you do to her?
Lily kneels down next to Tallulah. She checks for a pulse. Nothing. She checks for a breathing. Nothing.
You all know better than to lie to me.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh, calm down. She'll be back next week.
Did you just magically forget the last 2 hours? I certainly am not coming back. And I wouldn't get my hopes up on ever working in this town again.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I suppose not. Anyway, this is not relevant right now. I have a question for you.
What do you want?
How do you feel about becoming a therapist?
Lily heads for the door.
Megan, I need you to listen to me, please.
Lily does not stop.
Lily! Please.
Lily stops and turns back to the therapist.
What did you call me?
That's your name. Underneath the mask of Megan.
The therapist goes toward her desk and shuffles through the disheveled papers and picks one out.
That was your name before you forgot yourself. Lily started attending group therapy because she did not feel like she belonged anywhere and assumed it was her own fault. She admits to taking on the problems of her peers in an attempt to make herself worthy.
Wow, you really got me, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear? Does that make you feel powerful?
I am saying I know everything about you. Mistakes, flaws, your most embarrassing secrets. With all of these faults you possess, I know for a fact that you are the perfect candidate.
For what?
To replace me.
What?
You are a highly empathetic individual. You can handle extreme levels of stress without bottling it up or lashing out at others. And frankly, you're still alive.
Wait, what? You want me to take your job?
Yes.
Why would I want your job? And even if I did want it, I have 0 credentials. It's not like I could just come in tomorrow and take your place.
Coincidentally, you could. The boss is less concerned with credentials and more concerned with capability. And you can take the job because you are exactly who I wanted to be when I first came here many years ago.
What is your game?
I'm not playing any games. I've done this for decades, and I am too tired to continue down this road. Do you have any idea how exhausting this is for someone like me? How hard it is to watch people making the same mistakes over and over and over again. All of you repeating the same cycle every week.
That can't be right. Today was my first day.
You are newer to the group, that is correct. But most of you ladies forget how many times you come here.
Is something making us, me, forget?
Yes and no.
What is making me forget?
I can tell you. But you will have to be responsible for that information. Just as I was.
Will it turn me into you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Then I don't want to know. I am not going to take that risk.
Very well. I hoped you'd hear me out. But I understand. You're free to leave.
Really?
Yes. I cannot force you to stay here.
You literally did.
To protect you. I thought you would be the next candidate. I was wrong.
Lily hesitantly starts walking towards the door. It doesn't open.
You fucking liar!
My mistake. You have to go the other way.
What? You know what? I don't care.
Lily heads through the hole in the wall. Before you go, Lily stops.
You need to hear something. It was me yesterday, and if it is not you today, it will be someone else tomorrow. If that is something you can accept, then I wish you well. Goodbye.
Silence. Lily then turns around to face the therapist.
You mean you're going to keep searching? You're going to keep trapping people here?
I must.
So this is a game to you. All this suffering and fear and death. It's all a part of your stupid game. Was it all for nothing?
It does not have to be. I do not choose how long this goes. All I choose is who to save.
What makes you think I'm a good replacement?
You have not cried in 3 years.
Okay.
Normally, when someone comes into therapy who brags about not crying, the first time they have to look inward, they burst into tears. You sat here in a room full of dysfunctional wannabes, even connecting with some of them, and you did not break. You merely sat, listened to their sob stories, and supported them, without pushing anyone and without getting too involved.
You are so cruel to talk about
Do you
death.
feel anything right now? It seems to me, if I may venture a guess, you chose to stop feeling. It did not just happen to you.
Stop.
Your self-proclaimed anxiety in crowded rooms, caused by other people being near you, I find that odd.
Blink.
Who cares?
I care. I care a lot. I misunderstood when you said you struggled with feeling too much. That is not the case.
So what?
You have spent the entire day lying to those women, making them believe you care.
Blink.
I wasn't lying.
How do you think they would feel if they learned that now? That in reality, their suffering meant nothing to you.
It does.
Blink.
How can you live with yourself knowing that you were just half-assing all of these interactions? Every conversation you have had for 3 years.
Blink.
It's too much, okay?
Silence. Lily falls to her knees.
I feel so much. All the time. I have to switch it off.
What will happen if you switch it off?
I don't
If
know.
you don't switch it off?
I don't know.
Feeling like you need to mentally shut down is a natural response.
Don't fucking talk to me like that.
Like what? Unfeeling? Therapy has not worked for you because you will not work for therapy. Fucking cows. You went to see a cow. Trying group therapy.
This is a shitty group. Can you blame me?
No, I can't blame you.
Okay, Julie. What Yeah, I got that. What specifically?
Right now. Just feel. Anything. I do not care what it is.
Why?
Because I have spent my life trying to care for all of you. Sydney, Reagan, Michaela, Tallulah, you, all have learned nothing. You all hide behind your interests and intentions to cover your insecurities, and a single bad thought makes you all spiral out of control. Do you know how hard it is to stay compassionate? To understand you are all having a hard time when you have all been doing the same shit for 22 years? I am exhausted. When it starts staring you down, just staring. The only relief from the pressure is a blink. Less than a second, when the gaze is not upon you, judging, bearing down on you. I first thought I was doing something wrong, that I was failing all of you. In a way, I was failing you. I just realized you all need someone different. Someone that I cannot continue to be. I am no longer strong enough to hold us together. Please, Lily, help yourself. Help us.
How?
Close your eyes for a moment. Just try.
Lily closes her eyes. She breathes deeply for a few seconds.
Good. Now just notice anything that pops up. How will you handle it?
Lily continues to breathe. She opens her eyes again and looks around.
What am I supposed to?
The therapist is nowhere to be seen.
Great. Okay. Try again, I guess.
She closes her eyes. There's a pause. Blink. She opens her eyes quickly and looks around. She turns to look at the hole in the wall and studies it for a few moments. The hole blinks.
No, thank you.
She goes to the exit and opens the door. Just as she's about to leave, blink. She turns to the hole to face the wall.
Are you the thing I'm supposed to notice?
No response.
I don't know what I was expecting. I just stood there, closed my eyes while she ran away. I know I'm hallucinating.
A noise from the audience. She turns around and looks up and sees them.
It's you. They all saw you. And after all this, you're still just...
Blink.
No. No, I'm not ready.
Blink. The office resets as it was in the beginning. Reagan, Tallulah, Sydney, and Michaela all sit down in the semicircle of chairs. They leave the therapist's seat open. Lily turns and looks at all of them. No one acknowledges the hole in the wall.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I know I'm never usually on time, but it's not that big of a deal.
You don't remember?
Oh shit, do we have homework? Let someone else talk first. I can figure it out.
No, it's just... It's good to see you're still with us.
Lily turns to Reagan and Sydney.
I thought you two left the group.
Technically speaking, yes. But we always come back. You know, for repeat sessions.
Wouldn't be very helpful if we just stopped attending, right?
I guess.
Hey Doc, let me talk to you for a sec.
Sure. What's the matter?
Michaela gets up and leads Lily away from the other women.
Well, I figured I may just come out with it for the first session, right?
The first... Wait, you can see it?
Lily points to the hole in the wall.
See what? I was gonna tell you why I was here.
Oh.
On second thought, I can just tell you about it later.
Michaela sits down at the semicircle. Lily looks at Tallulah, who also acknowledges the hole.
Maybe we should get started.
I suppose we should.
The therapist rushes through the door into the room. She looks younger, more vibrant.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry I'm late. I was just cleaning and lost track of time. I'm not too late, am I?
No!
The women all look at Lily.
I mean, you're right on time.
Oh, good.
She takes the remaining seat among the women. Lily is frozen in the spot.
Hey, Doc, are you okay?
This isn't right. I can't do this.
What?
This isn't what I want.
You have to stay. We need you.
Please don't leave us.
I can't. I don't know how to help you.
It doesn't matter anymore. Please help us.
The foxes all clamor in agreement.
Come on, yeah.
Their pleas get louder and more discordant. Lily tries to protest, but they drown her out. She covers her ears and tries to block out the noise. Blink. Lily screams and falls to her knees. The women stand up and walk towards Lily. They keep their semicircle shape behind her. Lily's spine convulses as though it wants to break free from her skin. Blood begins to shoot from her upper back. She lets out one final scream as a few bloody feathers emerge from her shoulder blades. Silence. We see the whole for what it truly is. An eye. An eye we recognize, but not one we will ever know. Blackout. End.
Ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful Megan Foxes by Helena Jordan. Thank you so much for sticking around. This concludes the reading portion of it. We have a few quick announcements, and then we're going to go into the talkback session. Anybody who's able to stick around, we would love for you to. Anybody that's not able to or needs to leave in the middle of it, of course we understand. I'd like to first open space for Sarah to talk about announcements ahead with the Borderland Playhouse. Sarah, take it away.
Oh gosh, absolutely. One of the really cool things that we are doing here at the Borderland Playhouse are speakeasy table readings. So what that means is that these table readings are not going to be advertised anywhere. You have to know someone who is in it and tell you about it. So I am in the next one, as well as many people who are in this room right now. And so the next one will be January 25th. Each speakeasy play reading is going to be at the last Sunday of every month. Upcoming one, January 25th, is a Tennessee Williams play called Clothes for a Summer Hotel. It is about F. Scott Fitzgerald and his wife Zelda and their rather tortured relationship. And it's super funny. It's called a ghost play or a memory play. So it's not super stageable. It's kind of confusing, and it kind of has a reference well that's pretty deep that may not exist these days. So it's a lot of fun for actors, though. I think it's some of Tennessee Williams' best dialogue and some of his best characters. So pretty much every play that you're going to see in the Speakeasy series is something that is not easily stageable, but is super fun for actors to play and for audiences to hear and think about. So yeah, it'll be even more casual than this. I'll probably make more cookies, I don't know. Definitely more of the unicorn pretzels, but that is not important, it's the art! So January 25th, everybody that is in that play reading, please raise your hands. Thank you! Alright, so, quite a few talented actors that are in that. Again, last Sunday of every month, Speakeasy play readings. Hit us up on social media if you're interested in being an actor in it. I'm always adding to my list of those actors. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alas Ajax opens April 9th. And that is J.P. Shuffman's original play. And we're really super excited for that. Lots of familiar faces there too. So, thank you guys for coming, and that's all I got. Woo!
Thank you so much. Adding to the announcements here, that's what's happening with the Borderland Playhouse. I also want to take a moment because we're always trying to grow the circle for new plays and local playwrights. I just want to touch on some of the things that you may have seen in the program, may not have seen real quick. First of all, what's coming ahead next after this is the Tennessee Stage Company's new play festival. There's a lot of exciting things going on there. Really glad to see some of the staff here today. Thank you for that. What I want to mention here is, on top of everything that they have already got programmed here, if you're enjoying what we're doing here with Next Run, I'm honored to say that we have many Next Run alums who have gone through the program, as well as friends of the program that are involved with that. I want to mention that we have the world premiere that is Landscape with Color by Jeanette Brown, who is our first playwright in Next Run Productions. We also have Sheridan Smee, who unfortunately was sick tonight that I mentioned earlier, who has her play Audience Wanted. She was our 2022 playwright. We also have, I'll be a dramaturg for the play The Polders that were mentioned with Holly earlier. We also have facilitators. Barry Wallace, who's here with us tonight, who's our 2023 playwright, facilitating a play by Craig Smith, Theater of Operations. And we have J.P. Shuffman, who is a facilitator for Painter, as one of the table readings as well. So I'm really proud to see that all of the Tennessee alums that are still in Tennessee are continuing to work with the same festival that trained me over the years, and I'm really glad to see that continuous giving back here. In addition with that, Next Run Productions, you guys may have heard of them today. We have a few things coming up that we're happy to announce. First of all, 4 Steps Forward. Some of you came out to the June event. Raise your hand if you were here for the June event in Maryville. Yes, you were sick, but I'm so glad that you're a part of it. It was a really fun time, I think, right? Yeah. And so we're bringing it back in partnership with the Tennessee Stage Company here. And so we have applications open for that for 1 more day. Get on in.
You're texting me like every other day.
It's like, girl, I know you're busy, but hey, please, won't you? But no, I'm not going to put you on the spot. Everybody else will.
Yep.
No, okay. Sorry, I'm giving you a hard time. But more seriously, if you are interested in playing, it is a link on our website. It is also a link on our Facebook page, and we are taking applications through the end of tomorrow. In addition, we have a new view that's going to be a recorded Zoom workshop that a playwright that I am yet to announce here will be offering for free, first to Next Run alums, then we'll have the recording up, so keep an eye out for that if you're open for a workshop. We'll be announcing that on the Facebook page as that comes. And then I'm ready to announce too, on Friday, March the 13th, we have, I probably announced that wrong, Friday the 13th. We are doing an event called Page Against the Machine, where playwrights are fighting back against generative AI. Some of you are getting it, some of you aren't. Kick their asses.
Kill the robots! Screw the claim.
That scares me. Because they might be listening right now. But yeah, so we're going to make a game show where we are actively competing against online prompts and going hard against it and seeing whether or not humans win. What do we learn from it, right? So talk with me if you're interested in that, because I want to see like what all people want to take away from an event like that. But that will be Friday the 13th in March. A few more things real quick. First Take Co. has In the Castle of Eternal Sunset getting a regional premiere with the New York playwright. That'll be January 16th and 17th. Also, Barter Theater's Appalachian Festival of Plays and Playwrights has Decoration Day by Linda Parsons. And and then 5 other table readings, I believe it is there. That's going to be February 19th through 22nd if you are in Abington, Virginia, or happen to be around that area then. Last but not least, Knoxville Theater Club is doing the last Ajax, as Sarah mentioned. No need to repeat it, but just letting you know that's going to be right here, April 9th through the 25th. So keep an eye out for that. This is how we grow this circle for new plays and local playwrights. With that in mind, let's get to the talkback session. We've been talking too much, right? Or at least I have. I know I have. And so I want to ask a question for the audience real quick. How would you describe this play to a friend? I'm going to repeat the question. How would you describe a room full of Megan Foxes to a friend? I saw a hand here, yes.
I did. I would call it. I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry, I wouldn't describe this as Rain, great job. But I literally just watched you as you were, and I was like, okay, calm down because I know everyone behind me can see me cry the entire show. I would describe this as a modern, feminine take of No Exit.
That was
oh my gosh, No Exit, yes! Thank you. If you haven't read No Exit, everyone go home and read it. It's like people are stuck in hell and they don't know they're stuck in hell until the very end of their life because they're stuck in hell. Yes.
No exit.
Modern No Exit. No Exit is one of the best. So great job, Helena. Great job.
Thank you for sharing that, and I love the excitement with it. And yes, No Exit, we've gotten that reference a few points along the way, and is famously known for hell as other people. And this show has people not getting along too much either. So that's exciting. Thank you. Who else wants to share? How would you describe a room full of Megan Foxes to a friend? I see a hand.
Yeah, I think the horrors of meeting new people, but also bonding over trauma, I think is a great way of looking at that. The trauma bonding and meeting new people.
Excellent. The horrors and the bonding. That's excellent. Thank you. Who else? Yes.
Well, for the first act, I was like, it's a wacky ride. I don't know how that ties into the second act. I mean, it's still wacky. And can I ask a real quick question?
Yes.
What is blank?
Well, blink. Blink.
I know, but is that going to be?
Thank you. I thought you said blank. I'm sorry. And so we will return to that question. Just show hands. Do people have questions about blink? Okay, we're going to come back to it. I just want to recognize that. Thank you. It's a good question. I want to make sure we address that soon. While we're on the point of how you would describe a room full of Megan Foxes to a friend, does anybody else wish to offer a description? Yeah.
Sorry, just to add a cosmic horror added, just because there's a lot of anyways.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And then I saw another hand up.
Yeah, it's like darkly humorous. I was going to say cosmic horror too, for sure. Yeah. And like something about the horror of both being watched and like not being seen. Those things. Something about that.
Interesting collision there. So thank you. Last call. Anybody else want to give a description on this? Yes.
I think it is a pretty emotionally accurate depiction of what group therapy can feel like.
Emotionally accurate description of group therapy. Thank you. Oh, that's fascinating. So I appreciate that. So we've been talking about this play, and we've not brought the playwright on stage. Helena,
I love how you refused the chair that Harrison got you.
You what?
I had a chair, but you got a better chair.
You have the better chair.
Get on your throne,
This is so exciting. So, Helena.
Yeah.
Hi. I wanted to ask you, as we open up this conversation a bit, what inspired you to write A Room Full of Megan Foxes?
Okay, so the title came to me when I was texting one of my friends, and we were just talking about how, in general, particularly attractive young women are portrayed in media, particularly film. And she was like, "Oh yeah, it's like Megan Fox's character in the Transformers movie." I was like, "Yeah, it's just like Megan Fox is everywhere." And she was like, "Yeah, it's a room full of Megan Foxes." And I said, "Hold that thought." and then I got the acceptance from the application to be the next strong playwright of the year. And I was like, "Oh no, I actually have to write this thing." Oh no. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. Funny how pressure can sometimes get you going on that, or deadline, things like that. But you did it. You came through on it. And yeah, it was fascinating to see your work throughout the year. So really appreciate your ongoing process to get to it. I also want to ask you, for anybody that's interested in working with Next Strong in the future, we've already closed applications for the 2026 application for the mentorship. But for future years and things like that, I want to make sure that anybody interested has an understanding of your experience. How would you describe your experience with Next Strong Productions this year?
There is no way I can do it in a concise and helpful manner. It was really nice to be able to have somebody who was just there to support me in like whatever way I needed. And like for the first like 8 months, I didn't know what I needed. And I was just like, okay, well, here's a couple of pages. Does this work? And he's like, okay, well, is this what you want to do? I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And then eventually it got me to the point where I just had to start making decisions for myself. The worst thing that could ever happen to me. And then I did it, and I wrote like most of the play in August, like a good 50 pages. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it was great working through on it, and we certainly faced some joys and difficulties in those early months of it, didn't we? It's just going through that, and I'm really proud to have a community of people that I can come to along the way for additional help. Some of you have helped with this earlier workshops, right? Some of you in the audience have as well. I'll give a particular shout out to Callie Meister, who I think did a workshop with you earlier in the year. That was a helpful workshop for everybody. And then also coming back to help us in that sort of way, I felt like that really lit a new fire underneath you in a way that, you know, it's interesting how I'm here to mentor, but also I need help too. I'm just a dude. And so I go to my mentor sometimes. And so, like, you know, we're all fallible here, and we're all working together trying to make amazing things happen. So I'm proud of you, and I'm glad that you did this. I have a poll. I need answers on something. By a show of hands, who here does not know anything about Megan Fox? About seven or eight hands, give or take, or estimate. Okay. So, how many people have seen at least one movie with Megan Fox? Okay, this is getting to more like 50%.
You've never seen Jennifer's Body?
55, 60, something like that. Let me go one step further. How many people have seen 3 or more movies with Megan Fox?
I've definitely seen 2.
About 6 or 7 there. Thank you.
No, I've seen 3 for sure.
The reason why I'm asking is because we've been wondering a little bit about what all we needed to know about Megan Fox going into each of our experiences. And it seems like we have some diversity going on about our familiarity. So I guess the first question I want to ask is, what does the usage of the word or the name Megan mean for you throughout this show? I'm going to repeat it. What does the name or the usage of the word Megan mean for you in the development of the show? We'll get you and them coming to you.
Okay. It's one of those beautiful things of, like, in the beginning of the act 1, I'm just like, oh, Megan is this person, blah, 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 and I'm just like very clearly, oh, she's a person that we can look up to, but like, that's the thing, she's a person, and we are also people. And so for me, just watching, like, oh, you could substitute Megan with person. I am a person, I matter, I'm a human, I am people, whatever it is, but like, it's a name that has meaning, and the meaning is because we give it meaning. I don't know if that's how I saw it.
Thank you. Take it away.
I'm gonna go a different direction, maybe because I'm a female, and I look at it as like an unrealistic ideal for what women just can't achieve, but what society expects us to achieve or to look like, but like every year she just looks younger and younger and younger. Everything gets bigger and bigger and bigger, or smaller, or whatever it is. And that's not real life, but that's what society expects us to be. So there's this room full of Megan Foxes where everyone, even internally within them, are expecting each other to be something that, like, we just can't be perfect. We can't be Megan Fox. We can be Rain. We can be, you know, all the other people. We can be Helena. We can be Deb. We can be whoever. We're not going to be able to be a room full of Megan Foxes. So initially, even though Act 1, black humor, great, generally lighthearted, I was like, this is not lighthearted for me at all, because like this is what we feel in society in general, right? We're not going to live up to these expectations of beauty and perfection.
Thank you for sharing that. So we've got 2 dividing paths so far. I see a hand up.
The name as a tactic in the script is conjoining all of these people under the same roof
Hmm.
and providing a consistent identity and seeing how consistent identity breaks apart. So that's how I understood the question. I think, did you?
Thank you. Who else?
Identity is ambiguous.
What
no matter
even?
how you slice it, it's always ambiguous.
It's an interesting thing. I've been having some discussions here lately about labels and what is identity but a label. And like and labels, I guess the conversations I've been having lately, it's just like the failure of labels and things like that. So just interesting to put it in kind of an identity context as well. I see a hand.
Well, all of the characters are sort of clinging on to the idea of Megan as like a guise for anonymity to run away from who they really are, or like the parts of themselves that they're ashamed of.
It's like a shield and a reason to get away. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Thank you. Does anybody else wish to share something? Great. So then, from here, a popular question that came up, I think, yesterday. What's up with that hole? There's a hole. What's up with that hole?
I love that.
Sweet. Tell
That's
me
very
about
cool.
that.
Yeah, all the traditional absurdism in the play, like all the weird stuff happening in the play. I love all that. I think that's a lot of fun. Would be really hard to figure out how to stage it.
Yeah.
But would be a lot. I mean, it's just cool. Like it's really like it was like Ionesco, right? Like actual absurdism, which I think is really, really cool and would be a lot of fun to like leave people going like, I feel really uncomfortable by that. I don't know what to do with that. That's that kind of like, Lovecraftian level of just like, there's something, deal with that, and moving on. I like that. I think it's a lot of fun.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's all I have.
Yeah, so I think this is where this is the horror aspect of it that I kind of come to the additional view of like, oh yeah, this is for women, this is there's always a spotlight, there's a pedestal and things like that. So, and then the interplay of the, you reading the stage directions as well of like, oh, the audience is here, just like, oh yeah, I am watching this and I can't do anything to help them and they're suffering and just like, so it's like when, I think it was towards the end when you're breaking down, your character is breaking down crying and it's just like, okay, I see the audience and they're doing nothing. It's just like, I want to help you. It's awful as an audience member, or at least for me, it's just like, oh, the blinking eye, that's me participating in this and I can't do anything because I'm God or I'm not choosing to, I don't know, but it's just like, that made it so much scarier for me.
The audience is complicit in our suffering.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say succinctly. Thank you.
Interesting. And yeah, we brought in the blinking as well to Carol's question. I saw a hand. Yes.
I think the whole in a couple of different ways. First, kind of agreeing with him that it's like, I mean, for some of them, like, when they come to some sort of acceptance within themselves or something, maybe they can go through it or see themselves more clearly or something. Also, I know her dad loved the old Doctor Who's.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
this was kind of a whole weeping angel moment for me. I was like, oh, this is spooky. This is like old Doctor Who kind of vibes for me. So it has nothing to do with anything except that it's kind of spooky and ancient and British. So
But you never know where these references from different things. Like last night we were talking about a Willy Wonka reference.
Yeah.
And we talked about no exit already. You just never know what things might remind you of different moments. I think our first workshop we talked about like if the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Black Mirror had an intersection with no exit.
Yes.
And I was like, that's so many references, I don't know what to do with it. But also, each of them individually, I can see something. So yeah, it's interesting while we pull from different elements in different ways, whether it's intended or not, right?
I think it's significant that the whole was created by suppressed rage.
There are two entrances. Please continue.
I would like to hear a little more about that suppressed rage.
I want to hear more.
Yeah. Can you share a little more about the suppressed rage? How you're viewing that?
Well, Quincy, is that your name?
Sydney.
Sydney had this experience with the dog, and and she quit her job because of this horrible incident, and she's not been able to process it. And so when it finally comes out, it's incredibly destructive and blows a hole in a wall. What else can I say?
Great. Thank you. I just wanted to hear your angle on that. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I think like it's interesting though, because the end almost implies as it gets ready to like circle around again, and the hole's already there and visible to something. Maybe the hole always was there, and the thing that transforms is just like the hole that's there is made visible and manifest to the characters. But was it created? Because why is it still there when the next cycle comes? Was there a hole the cycle before and the cycle before? Is there something permanent there that we end up seeing through the course of shared trauma?
Does that hole ever get filled? Yeah, that's interesting. I saw a hand
The audience and the whole, I think, were distinct. I think the audience is more like viewing this kind of in a meta way, but the whole for the eye is like how we see what would happen, how would we truly feel if we were able to see ourselves clearly, and how terrifying that would be. To know all of the parts of yourself that are, I don't know, different and raging against each other and raging against themselves.
I think some of that ties into Megan Fox's monologue that we had at the top of Act 2 about being seen in the light. So that's interesting. Thank you. I would like to change gears for just a moment. We had kind of a unique situation for this reading where normally we would have two different cast members be Megan Fox and a therapist. This time we had them be the same character, and we thought that was kind of an interesting casting choice. I'd like to offer space for Sarah first just to talk about playing each of those roles, what that was like as you prepare for each of them. And then I'd like to bounce that to the audience to see what you took away from that, or if that meant anything for you in particular. Sarah, could you tell us about your preparation for that?
Absolutely. Well, as an actor, I always stick with the text as much as I can, and that told me quite a bit about the therapist, especially like she doesn't use contractions for the most part. She speaks in this very formal kind of way, clinical, obviously, kind of way. And I personally have had a lot of experience with therapy, not necessarily group therapy, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I just kept going back to the text, and I enjoyed the turn. I enjoyed the way that she goes from being just incredibly benevolent and beneficent to everyone, and you know, no, I know all your shit. I know what's wrong with you, and I'm not telling you. But I liked that she is selfish. I like that she had her own motivations for what she was doing, and that it was entirely about sort of this higher, sort of this like, she knew something that the rest of them didn't know, and so yeah, does that answer the question? Yes. And with Megan Fox, kind of the same thing. I mean, I just kind of took what I knew of the actress and where she's from and whatnot, or where I thought she was from, and tried to go Valley Girl, but not that Valley Girl, California, but not Valley Girl. I don't think I achieved that, but that being beside the point, I thought it was really cool. I love that kind of fourth wall breaking stuff, and like, I think that's fantastic, and I really liked. I thought it was at a really good point in the show, because we're starting to get little nuggets of like people looking out, being distracted by the audience, and then we finally break the wall. And so I thought that the contrast was really cool. I thought I enjoyed playing both of them, and I thought it did make sense casting that way, but I can see how it wouldn't be.
Thank you for sharing that. Let me bounce that to the audience. What did you guys take away, whether it's about the Megan Fox role itself or the contrasting of therapist and Megan Fox being played by the same actors? I see two hands. We'll start with you, and then you.
So I don't have a good reference for what like Megan Fox and all that. Like, I just don't know anything about about Megan Fox really, but at the end of the first act, I had a pretty good idea that the therapist was a previous person in the thing, because the way they described it as being going to Brazil and all that sort of like teased it, I felt. But then going into the second act, I felt like I was being fucked with pretty hard. Like I didn't realize it was like Megan Fox is supposed to be standing, and I'm like, well, why is she standing? Like, is this all a trap? Like, is this supposed to be like a reading? But is it actually this is the show? I was fucking like I was, and like some like psychological horror. Like, here we go. Like, it's immersive. So I've been to immersive performances before where it's around you and you're in there, or you're in the set with them as part of the performance, and it just blew my mind like that for a minute. But I did feel like there was a bit of like the Shining feeling too, like the groundskeeper. I felt like is the therapist the groundskeeper role, and then the new person comes in and is like trapped in it forever. So that's probably not exactly on point with what you're asking, but that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I saw Caitlin's academic come back.
I mean, casting-wise, it helps because no one wants to cast that one actor. I mean, some people love that part. I love those roles. I can walk on for 5 minutes and then go home. But, you know, casting-wise, as a producer who's got to pay people, like, hell yeah, please put them together. But I do think that, you know, also with the way that it's scripted right now, the therapist disappears. So she has enough time to like leave and get ready to come out and be Megan Fox. So if you've got to put a girl in a wig, you can. But I do like the idea. I mean, I look at that table and I'm like, well, fuck yeah, it's Sarah. I mean, like, you know, like this, you know. So I think that production-wise it makes sense. I think that in the script it makes sense. I think that it's a doubling you can offer as in the script as the way that it is itself. And then it's also a role that doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be another person if the theater wants to do it that way. But I do kind of like the idea that the therapist looks like is tall, slender, blonde, or tall, slender, dark hair. Like, I kind of like the idea that the therapist also kind of looks like the Megan Fox that we know. Okay. Like, I kind of like that idea. And her character is the most in control. Like, it feels very like, I love that. You know, and coming back at the end, being Julie and being like, no, now I want to be able to talk about my shit. I don't want to deal with all of your shit. I want to talk about my shit. You know, I love that whole wraparound. So I thought it was intentional because I did not know that it hadn't been that way. So I thought it made sense.
Love that. Thank you. I saw your hand starting to come up, and then change.
Yeah. So you know, I don't want to go into her looks. You are beautiful, but I do think that like out of the cast, it made the most sense. Like to start after intermission with her being up there being like the sassy, what we think of as, you know, Megan Fox. It kind of sets us up for Act 2, like things are about to go down and go down in a way that you didn't experience in the first act. Number one. Number two, coming back to The Shining, when we're talking about the blink, I loved it. I don't know how you all felt, but I literally, every time I heard the word blink, I'm like, here we go, Jack Nicholson. We're going down. And by the very last scene, the number of times blink was said, I could just, I'm not a director, not a playwright, I don't know all this stuff. I could just imagine that word getting louder and the tension being louder and just overwhelming. And it's so funny you mentioned The Shining because that's exactly what I was feeling. Every time I heard blink, I was like, oh, Jack Nicholson. Nicholson's coming for me. So yes, agree with her. I thought that was a great decision.
Thank you. I am going to give Carol one more second because you were asking about blinking earlier. Yes.
Oh, but this isn't about blinking. This is about, okay, just probably selfishly from an actor's point, I would love to see a little old lady being the therapist. And then when she turns, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think that would be very interesting.
No, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Dr. Harrison, I just wanted to mention, I think that these are very effective doubling, whether you had intended or not, because it does foreshadow The fact that we're going to discover that the therapist is not who we have been thinking
That's
the therapist was. So I thought it's an inspired doubling that may have happened circumstantially, but yeah, I thought it was a really cool device.
Thank you. I see your hand I've not heard from yet. I'm not ignoring you.
No, you're, I totally
I've not
understand.
seen you ask one yet.
Just yes and that comment. That monologue feels like it echoes the internality of what I was starting to feel of the therapist character. And it comes at a really good point. As we're starting to see the cracks form a little bit, then we get a full inner look at who this person is and their struggles against us, the audience.
That's fair. Thank you so much for that. I'll come to you and then we'll
Totally,
change.
I talk a lot and you're giving me opportunity.
No, it wasn't a matter of that. I just wanted to make sure I saw a new hand.
The plays, I think having we both plays well into the horror aspect of it, of just like again seeing the cracks. That was a beautiful thing of that. It also lets us, like there's this therapist, what's going on? But also from, as you said, you benevolent in the beginning, very clinical talk, and then intermission, come back. Oh, this is Megan Fox, or is this someone like if you don't know? But it also reminded me of an interview that she did. I forget what movie she was promoting, but they started talking about feminism, and she was very like, there's all these things I struggle with, and feminism is so very interesting. And then that monologue reminded me of that interview that she had. It's very interesting. But then leading that then into the rest of the act of just like, this therapist knows something the rest of these people don't know. So that's that thing in like, you know something, and usually it's like, you're Gandalf, you're going to help us and save us because you know more than us. Or in the horror aspect, it's like, you know things, you're going to kill us. And so like that's very fun to see. And I was just like, playing both played into that horror aspect of it. Of just like, is the therapist actually Megan Fox? What's going on here?
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I want to ask one more question, then we'll hand it off to Helena for a moment. The last question I want to ask at the moment is, this play deals a lot with things that are confusing, I believe it's fair to say. There are elements where we're not always meant to know what all is going on. I would like to give space for the cast or the audience to share something that confused them, and to share also if you felt like it was confusion in a way that worked for you, or if it was confusion in a way that wasn't working for you. Yes?
At first I wanted to know what was going on. But then I kind of acquired a taste for just, is it a simulation? Is it God watching me? Is it the audience? Is it AIs watching us? Yes. Yes. Just keep going. Just keep hitting me. I like it. It hurts.
Thank you. Who else wants to share something that confused them and then let us know if it was working for them or wasn't working for them? Or what they were taking from the confusion? There was something that confused you.
Just in reading it, just to echo the question about the blink, just as a designer, I want to know what you mean by that. Like in the script, like a blink is very cool. Like I love that just sort of like blanket statement, but like maybe a suggestion for us of like, do the house lights flash?
Yeah.
Are we getting like a blast in the face? Like what's happening there? Just as just a quick impression of what you mean by that, because it happens so frequently that like if I'm reading that at a first blush, I want to know what you're kind of seeing there. Yep. That's really it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, so when we talked about reading the stage directions, Harrison and Helena, you need to say blink. Like that has to be very important. So I tried a couple different things, and when we rehearsed it, it was kind of more of like a kind of coy, and then this time I was thinking, well, it's gonna get more innocuous, and then as it goes on, it's gonna get more urgent, more sinister, more aggressive, which is why one of the last blinks is all caps. So that was the one that, I was telling Harrison, I almost wanted it to be almost a jump scare, just because like you're noticing it, you're aware of it at that point, I guess, if that makes any sense. So I think there's so much you could do with that staging wise, and I'm sitting here like, how would I stage that?
I would like to ask you a follow-up question, and then we'll go to Caitlin. For you in this situation, you were in a previous workshop reading for Lily, and then you rehearsed yesterday as stage directions, and then read it today as stage directions. Do you feel like there's anything that you have picked on in these future readings that you did not get in that first reading?
It was interesting because I mentioned this yesterday to them. There's the line that Michaela has about, and it's sort of a joke, and it's almost like a throwaway joke. It feels like where she's like, "Oh, I lost a shirt once. And it was a bummer, but my dad gave it to me, and we're not close anymore." And it kind of made me think of, but then she says, "I just bought another shirt," and it made me think of how that kind of sets the tone for these commodification of these women. They're consumable, like they can be replaced very easily. Like I was saying also, I watched the movie The Substance before the second watch of this, and that kind of really made me think of it too, because it was very much like, you know, it was her but it wasn't. Like that was something I noticed this time.
Thank you so much. Caitlin, you have your hand, and then we're going to go to Helena.
So for clarification of my note or anything that I say, I wrote down the actors' names because I didn't want to fuck up who I was talking about. So at the in the second act, there's a moment in which I wrote down, "What's the deal with McKinley and Shelby?" And it's when they're having their yoga conversation before she starts doing the yoga, and I was like, "What?" And I mean, honestly, the question was more like, "What is the purpose of this? I don't understand." And then when you get to the end of the show, you're like, "Oh, they're like a different iteration of this group, or these people in this group. Like they're like, you know, you have Holly and Rain are friends, have become friends. You know, Maddie is the aggressor, and then like, you know, you have these other two people that are new to it." But that was a moment of confusion where I was like, what is happening? What is about to happen? And I was fine with it, but I did want more. Like that, you know.
Thank you. Appreciate that, friend.
Yeah, that. And the only other moment that I had where I was confused, and I think it was fine, was where why does Holly know that Rain was a mess when Rain started if Rain started 8 months ago and Holly started 7 weeks ago? Right. But I was like, the fuck? So there you go.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I want to give space for Helena. Helena, you've been hearing a lot of the conversation so far. I want to make sure that you're getting to ask any questions that are meaningful for you that we've not touched on yet. What's on your mind?
I'm trying to finish writing a note. My handwriting is slow. I'm sorry.
We can buy time. How's everybody doing? Thank you for that one applause.
That's the craziest part to me. I know. They all just look like Megan Fox. Just look like Megan Fox. They all look like Megan Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right. This is just a very general, whatever the heck. What do you think the body horror added to the script?
I want more of it.
Want more?
Yes. That was immediate.
Easy peasy.
Grosser.
What is body horror?
What is body horror?
Yeah,
body horror is any kind of like horror where like your body is like growing something new or like changing like underneath your skin and you're having to like watch it like the alien.
It's I think a violation of the integrity of.
Yes.
Okay, because I know she said your bones broke.
It's a violation of.
Yes, the feathers are coming.
Okay, that's body horror. Okay, and the feathers. Okay.
Thank you. Does that answer your question, Carol?
Thank you, sorry.
No, it's totally fine. It's a valid question. Did anybody else not know what body horror is? Okay, I saw one hand. That's totally fine. Go ahead. I see your hand.
Well, I think I've been thinking about Megan Fox as like a symbol and as a person. I think it's related to the body horror thing as well, and also The Substance is a good reference. I think the reference I was thinking about was Jennifer's Body, which is my favorite work of Megan Fox's. I don't know, I was thinking about like the way that like even here we were talking about Megan Fox as this idealized image of a woman, but then also she's a person, right? And she has to embody that, and it's interesting to think about the ways in which she as a real person is aware of the audience on her and what she's being asked to live up to. And so like when we're thinking about like sublimated rage or something like that, I also think that is something I can imagine Megan Fox doing or feeling under the pressure of this role that she's under, and the ways like, I don't know, body horror is kind of like a breaking apart of that mold that someone's been forced into. Black Swan is maybe another reference to, especially with the feathers on the wings and stuff like that. So I think it interacts really well with the idea of like these women trying to like fit a certain image.
Thank you for that. I want to recognize we're running a little long here, so trying to preserve Helena's chance here. Helena, I would like to give you space if you want to get another response to that question, or if you want to ask one more question. We do need to be wrapping up, though.
I feel good.
Oh.
Like most of these, like I wrote down literally 7 questions, and like all of them have already been answered except for the one that I just asked.
How perfect with that. Last thing I would like to leave with the audience as a question then, does anybody have a comment that they feel has to be said tonight that has not been said yet?
Please let me direct this one day.
Yes.
Just bravo to all the.
I love it. Did I see one other hand here or no? Yes.
Yeah, just one thing I thought was really fascinating that we haven't like touched on, but this play is really about, are like the limits and the potential and everything of the therapeutic experience. And I love, and I'll keep thinking about what this says about like being on the big chair and what does and doesn't work. And particularly right now, when we have a moment where a lot of like traditionally interpersonal therapeutic language has become big political language, and all of a sudden there is a big audience staring at what has and probably should be a more interpersonal process. I just kept thinking about that throughout.
All right, thank you. We will need to wrap it up at this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, all my friends along the way, thank you so much for being here, supporting Helena in her very first play. Busy at this time. I know there's Hanukkah, I know there's Christmas, there's the holidays, there's everything else that's going on in people's lives that's outside of holidays. Thank you so much for making this time. I appreciate you. Please follow us online for more details as we go to the next thing. I hope you have a great night. Drive home safe.
Have you seen Jennifer's body?
Yeah, I love Jennifer's body.